1, 2, 3 test. Hope I'm going through nice and clear and everyone can hear me okay. I'll just test my gear out here. See if anyone actually turns up, because I know I'm fighting for attention for the Super Bowl. I think it's on this weekend. So we'll see who turns up. Hey, Doublequill. So thanks for tuning in. I know I'm fighting the Super Bowl for attention tonight, so we'll see how we go. But I appreciate you tuning in. Also, love the new blog as well, by the way. Very, very cool. I haven't had a chance to read it fully, but I did do a quick skim over it. I did like the references to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it's one of my favorite musicals of all time. But I will make sure I do read it properly as soon as I get 5 seconds, because it's been a rather busy night with kids and etc. etc. But hope all's good. Hope all's with you. And yeah, hopefully you landed something on the drop. So your weekend's been good. So if you want to come up and talk to me, please feel free to do so. So I know it's a lot more interesting when it's not me just monologuing by myself. But we've got a few things to go over here in the VeVe space. A few things going on. We've got drops. We've got MCP points going wild, as we saw in your latest blog about MCP points. We've got the partnership between Disney and Fortnight, and that $1.5 billion investment from Disney. So they ain't playing around. And looks like comic books are getting swept on the MCP floor as well. So yeah, looks like it's all happening. Also, as well, if my audio starts playing up at any point during the show, let me know, because I know I've had a few audio issues lately. That's what it is. My collectibles is finishing up, says Quill. Yeah, that'll do it. And my collectibles is definitely a one that I can't compete with. But that's cool. I know he's got his live stream going on at the moment, doesn't he? But that's all right. So what we could do is we could play a little bit of music until we get someone to jump in here. Here we go. So in the meantime, we can do a little bit of market watch, see what's going on in the market. I know comics are getting swept to the left, right, and center. I'm sure you've been stacking them uncommons, Quill. I would love to stack a few ultra rares myself, but unfortunately, I'm not quite in a financial position to do so. I am just about there, though. It's been a very painful struggle the last couple of months, but we're nearly there. So my objective is to get to America. That's my objective this year. Get to your neck of the woods. Get down to Vegas for Decon, so I can meet everybody. But we'll get there. Are you planning on going to Decon, Quill? Hope so. I'd like to meet you and everyone else. Oh, here we go. Hey, Quill, you come to save me. How are you, Quill? Oh,
is this thing working?
Yes, it is coming through.
Is it coming through all messed up again?
It's a little bit loud, but you're coming through clear, so it's not like all like robotic-y and tinny like mine does sometimes. So what is a new microphone? It's a new headset?
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it.
It's all good. So I just appreciate you coming up to chat with me. Like I said before, it gets a little bit tedious when it's just me monologuing by myself. But we got a few more people jumping in. So I see Notorious Bastard. I love that name. Dive Jedi, always a pleasure, mate. So I see you had a great time in France in Auxerre. So it looks like a lot of the fam had a great time as well. A lot of cool content coming out of there, and lots of fun videos. So glad for that one. But cool. What's been happening with you? Obviously, you've had the new blog drop. So it was a very entertaining read from what I had a chance to actually read. Oh, you still there, Quill? Nope, still working it out. Oh, wait.
Test.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
still
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to fix it. I don't know
No.
how to fix it.
No, that's cool. Like, I know how technical difficulties can be. Bloody computers. So it's only going to get worse now the Apple Vision Pro is running around.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, was that sorry?
Oh, did I get less loud?
It's still coming through a little bit loud. Is it a headset or a microphone?
It's a headset.
Headset. Yeah, I bet it's just some like setting or maybe like some like tiny little button you have to click or something like that. Normally it's something like so easy yet like so hard. But that's all good. So yeah, so like I said, like we got the Super Bowl happening this weekend as well. So is anybody watching the Super Bowl? So is anybody football fans? I should say American football fans, because football fans over here is completely different to where I am. What about you, Quill? You a football fan?
I have to work during the Super Bowl. Pretty much everybody does here in Vegas.
What's that? Sorry, everyone has to work.
Yeah, everyone in Vegas has to work.
Right, I see. Yeah, I can imagine Vegas being a very busy place at the moment. Though I'm saying that's probably always a busy place.
Well, right now we're in the middle of convention season. And then on top of that, we have Chinese New Year. So it's pretty packed right now.
Oh yeah, wow. So do you do anything for our Chinese New Year? Did you celebrate or do anything, or maybe like light a lantern into the sky or something?
Sometimes I go downtown to watch it, but this year I knew better because there's too many people in.
No, right. No, that's fair enough. So what about some of the VeVe drops? Did you go for any of the Chinese New Year drops?
Yeah, I went for the Tokidoki one, which was what the blog is based on.
Right. Any luck? Did you get one?
No, no, I didn't get anything. I don't like the blind bid system. I think it should be open bids. I don't think it should be blind at all.
No. Yeah, like I know, like you were saying in your blog, saying like there should be like some kind of like visual like bidding system or something like that. That way you know exactly where you are, or if you even have half a chance of like getting selected or something like that.
Yeah, and you can't police it either. It's not transparent. So there's no way that we can self-police if it looks like somebody's doing anything fishy.
Yeah, well, hopefully, the team will take the feedback on board, and hopefully they can maybe tweak it or adjust it or do something with it.
Even if we know if we're too low for the bids, too low for the average or something, so that we can fix our bid or anything, even that would be an improvement.
Yeah. There you go, Poppy in the house. Poppy, how are you? So I know it's a bit of an early one for you, mate. So thanks for dropping in. Probably getting the kids together ready for school. But yeah, me personally, I didn't go for any of them. I didn't go for Year of the Dragon, Rabbits. I didn't go for any of the Chinese New Year drops. I haven't actually been going for any drops lately because, like I said, my financial situation has been overly great lately. So I've had to sit on the sidelines and watch everyone else either conquer or fall. But getting there, nearly getting there. Like I said, my objective this year is to try and get to down your way, down to Vegas.
Yeah, it sounds like even if VeVe doesn't show up, that the Vegas Con is going to be totally packed with VeVe people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
I'm hearing all sorts of people saying that they're going either way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like so if VeVe ain't gonna come to the decon, we'll bring it to them whether they like it or not. But yeah, are you planning on going?
Yeah, it's just down the street for me, so that's an easy win
Oh,
for me.
excellent. Yeah, that'd be good. Trying to meet some of the fam, like the likes of the regular listeners we have here in the space. I see Collector's Gone Digital. Josh, how are you, mate? So feel free to jump up whenever if you can. Casual, always a pleasure to have you in the space, mate. So rocking those Funkos I see all over the place, as myself and Quill are happily representing. Very cool. So let's see what else has been happening in the world. I do have a little. So how has your weekend been, Quill? So have you been up to much this weekend, or just been hard at work on the blog?
Weekends I work, so I don't. Actually, the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't get on much other than to check market, the usual stuff.
Yeah. And have you picked up anything in the market lately? Any good deals? Are you stacking those rare and ultra rare comics, or just sweeping the floors like everyone else is at the moment? That for that scramble for MCP points.
Well, thanks to VeVesetlist.com, I was already in a good position. I had already done that, so now I'm just picking up bargains. Like I picked up Astro Boy. That's the last one I got.
Oh, nice.
Because I know darn well it's not going to stay under 20. I mean, the more adoption we get, that's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like the more people we get in the space, like these floors are just not going to stay where they are at all. But we got Josh, Collector's Gone Digital. How are you, mate? What's happening? Good, mate. Good. So just chilling in the space, just having a little conversation about the MCP point scramble. Saying if it picked up anything good in the markets, or if we're trying to get those rare and ultra rare comics that just seem to be disappearing left, right, and center at the moment.
Dude, I feel like it's been an eternity since we last spoke.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while, hasn't it? Because like I said, but the start of the year I got like sick, so I was like out for a week, and then we've had our live as well in the meantime. Which anyone who hasn't seen it yet, we had our WebV live a couple of weeks ago. So that's on the WebV Collective's YouTube channel. If you haven't checked that out, that was loads of fun. If you want to see D and myself try Hawaiian wasabi peanuts and iso peanuts and sour fruits, it's very entertaining. And definitely encourage you to check it out. But I also encourage you to check out Collector's Gone Digital's channel as well, Josh. So you've been pumping out some really good content lately.
Just the typical Tuesday, Thursday episode, but yeah, just trying to stay consistent.
Yeah, no, mate, you've been doing really well, mate. Like I always say, like the quality of your content is very informative. The production value was just like insane. Like sometimes I watch it and I'm just like, how does he do this stuff? Like it must take you like forever.
Yeah, it takes a little while sometimes. Depends on what it is, but no, I've just been I've been trying to poke some of those people in the beta, just because I've been sitting eagerly like everybody else to try and get in, but I was hoping Evolve was in here because I know Evolve has been posting a lot of content about that new nifty island. Have you checked it out yet? Or?
No, I haven't seen it, but I know a lot of people have been talking about it lately. It seems to be the talk of the town.
Yeah, I just want to at this point, I just want to get into any space that allows me to build. Crypto Toys was another one, or Cryptoys. They posted one with one of their I don't know the specific collectible, one of their cats or whatever, but it looked like it was in Unity or Unreal Engine, one of the two, and it was like a little obstacle course that they made, and I was like, how do I build?
Let me in now.
I just need somewhere to build. So, but yeah, other than that, how's everybody else? Doublequill, how are you?
Nope. Yeah, no, she is there. We're just having a few audio difficulties at the moment, but still there in the background.
Were you guys talking about the Vegas event?
Yes, we were just saying that Decon Vegas is my objective this year. Is I'm trying to basically work my ass off for the next 9 months to try and get the funds together to get out to Vegas, so I can not only meet everybody, but also be my first time in America as well. And I think what better way to celebrate than trying to chill with the VeVe fam and try and meet some of these amazing people I always talk to online and never had a chance to talk to in real life.
First time in the U.S. Yeah, that would be a
mate.
big one. Yeah, that makes two of us though, because I'm trying to get to that event as well. I figured Vegas would be, if we haven't been to an event before, that's probably the one to get to. So.
So yeah, so that's the plan. So get Oz to Vegas. I might have to start like a GoFundMe page or something.
No, that should be loads of fun. When is that exactly? It's November or something of this year, right?
Yes, I believe it's somewhere around November 16th. I want to say somewhere around that way.
Okay.
So still time, but yeah, like I said, try and work my ass off the next 9 months.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
But other than that, anything new?
Not much really. What else has been happening? So this weekend is basically just the wife was out on Saturday night, so I had the house all to myself as soon as the kids went down to sleep. So I managed to just chill out, relax. I managed to finish off the last 2 episodes of Star Wars Bad Batch season 2, which is just in time for season 3, which is starting at the end of the month. So really looking forward to that one. And I've just started season 2 of Halo.
I was just about to ask you about that. How's that one?
Season 2 of Halo off to a good start. The first episode, like, there's a scene, like, where Master Chief is basically just like owning like all the Covenant soldiers, like, in like a mist of fog, and it's just going toe to toe. It's like almost like a scene, like, straight out of the game. I mean, I was actually going to ask you as well, because I know you've spent a lot of time in the Halo games. If you've actually seen any of the series.
No, my answer is a little odd. I haven't seen any of them, because I remember you and Hanano talking about it, and I was like, there's a Halo like series. I didn't know that there was like an actual TV series. So
yeah,
I still haven't had a chance to kind of sit down and look at it. But like their most recent game, Halo Infinite, which isn't developed by Bungie or anything, who made the original ones.
That's right. Yep.
The cutscenes and the campaign and everything is like a movie. So I'm really eager to take a look at that series for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but yeah, though, the Halo series, I mean, I think it's on Paramount Plus. I think it is. But yeah, it's good. The action's good. The special effects are amazing. Story's a little bit meh in places, but I find it very entertaining. The one gripe I have is that it's probably the same as, like, the Mandalorian. Like, he keeps taking his helmet off.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, because he's actually played by the bloke who what's he probably best known for? You ever seen Orange is the New Black?
I know who. I haven't watched the series, but I know who plays him. He's on TikTok. He has like this TikTok account, and he's been doing all these videos lately.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know who you're talking about. But yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, actually, fun fact about that fellow as well is that I believe he's actually related to the bloke who plays Sabretooth in Wolverine.
Related to, or actually plays him?
No, he's related to him. I can never say his name. Lee Scriver.
Oh, I don't know him.
Yeah, well, basically, in Wolverine Origins, the bloke who plays Sabretooth, the actor is actually his half brother.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, fun fact, ladies and gentlemen.
Add it to the list.
So yes, Halo is definitely worth a watch if you're a Halo fan. Check it out if you get a chance. I believe it's streaming on Paramount Plus. And,
what has happened in the VeVe community since the last few times we spoke? I feel like a lot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, because like I said, like, it's been a while since we spoke.
There's a big announcement with Disney and Epic Games. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty epic, isn't it? Yeah, well, I mean, like, considering Disney's like sunk like $1.5 billion dollars into it, like, so that tells me that they ain't playing around. They're definitely going all in on this thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's positive for the space. What do you think about all the screenshots with the partner statue and people speculating on it being connected to the VeVeverse?
Oh yeah, it's fun, isn't it? Just fun to have a bit of excitement back in the space.
Hey, it's definitely fun to speculate. I'm just curious to see what your opinion is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like it's kind of like it's a little bit early to tell. Like it's kind of like those like wait and see moment. But I don't know. I mean, like a lot of people have like made the point in the past, like that is Disney really going to let like Mickey or Elsa or like Buzz run around like with like guns and start shooting people? It's like I don't know, but
what? Hang on. I gotta cut you off.
Hey, go on. Yeah, go on.
You didn't just see the most like recent Fortnite banner. You didn't just happen to just say those 3 characters, and because the most recent Fortnite banner is Mickey Mouse, Woody, and Elsa holding guns.
Is it really? Where? Was that on X?
I saw it on X earlier today.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and I can't remember who commented. It might have actually been Doublequill. Correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody was like, I never thought I'd ever see the day where Mickey, Elsa, and Woody are holding guns.
Hang on, I got to try and find this now.
Keep going to Google and search it. It'll probably pop up faster. That's so funny, though. That's really ironic. Wow.
Hang on, I'm trying to find this right now. Disney. Oh yeah, I'll be damned. Look, there's Mickey, Elsa with a shotgun, and look, there's I wasn't too far. Who did I say? I said Buzz. And there's Woody holding a
Buzz, but it's Woody, yeah.
There's a button. There's Woody holding a blaster. Look at that.
That's crazy. But that's the day and age I guess we're moving into now.
Well, there you go. I stand corrected, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Disney will let Mickey, Elsa, and Woody go around fragging everybody.
But they've also had a lot of like other large IP for like the longest time, like Star Wars and stuff. Although those are violent characters, but still, right?
Yeah. Well, see, I don't really know a lot about Fortnite because I have never actually played Fortnite, but I know it's very, very popular with everybody.
I've played it like a handful of times as well, but the fan base is crazy. Here's my thing about this whole announcement, okay?
Okay.
And I see Tails down there. I don't know if he wants to speak on this. I feel like people in the beta probably have a better idea. If I'm Disney, okay, and I look at Epic Games in Cavernous, I'm choosing Epic Games 10 times out of 10 times. I'm sorry. Like the resources they have, the experience they have, the IP they have, they're going to stomp on Cavernous every single time. So, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I keep seeing screenshots, and I don't know if it's the same one that just keeps getting reposted, but somebody circled Epic Games logo with VeVe's logo and Unreal Engine on Cavernous's website.
Okay.
And Epic Games developed Unreal Engine. It's their software. So doesn't it make sense that if your platform is using Unreal Engine as the underlying software, you put Epic Games logo on your platform or on your website to promote the fact that you're using their software. So people are like circling on these logos like they're Sherlock Holmes collecting all the clues. Okay. And I'm like, I really don't think it's that deep.
There
you go. But like even the partner statue announcement, like what do you think about that? Because I looked at it for 2 seconds and I was like, the base is completely different. It doesn't even look like the same one.
No, I mean, it's probably not the same one. I mean, like other people have said, like, we've got the partner statue, like, in basically every single Disney park, like, on the planet. So it's not like, I don't think it's like tied to VeVe or anything like that. Yeah. But
I'm not trying to bring you down or anything like that. I'm curious to see people's opinion on this.
This is good. Like, this is what sparks, like, discussions and different points of view. But speaking of different points of view, got Casual up on the stage. Casual, how are you, mate?
Hey guys, hate the rain on the parade, but that Mickey with the gun isn't real. If you look at the image closely, the text actually says, "This is obviously not real," and this text here at the bottom is to make it look more real. We love Fortnite, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so yeah, that was wishful thinking, but yeah, it looks real. They did a good job, but
was it just like fan?
I posted in the comments, expand it, and you'll see that little text on the image.
Yeah, I can see it. Like I'm just reading it now. It is, it's just like stupidly small. It's like text for ants. Yeah, it says this.
Dude, the fact that you still called out those 3 characters.
Yeah, I mean,
you were still almost out.
Well, I didn't quite get it. Like, what I said Buzz and there was Woody, but I was close. I was not too far off. But yeah.
No, you were spot on. Same IP.
But yeah, this obviously takes. Ah, well, there you go. There goes my dream of watching Elsa, shoot someone, gun down. I know, what's the bloke his name in Frozen?
Well, hey, I look at that as that's good news.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I'm on the same boat as you. I don't want to see Mickey Mouse running around with like guns or anything like that.
Yeah, no, probably not. But I see we got a few more people rolling in the house. I see Inano, how are you, bro? So hope all's good with you. So obviously we've got Tails listening in the background as well. Tails, so thanks for joining us, mate. Also that Predator sketch you did as well, mate. Fantastic, bloody loved it. So really cool. You're a very talented artist, mate. So yeah, definitely much better than I can. Definitely a lot of patience too, because I think you said it took you 3-4 hours or something to do that. So that's 3-4 more hours of patience than I've got. So I also see Dev, VeVe Fam, Keycollector 98. Say Kenobi, always a pleasure to have you in the space, mate. So there. So you see Geo, Quill still here, Smurf Dad, the Cray Miot. Anyway, I just appreciate everybody taking the time out of their busy day to come and chill with us. So I appreciate you just listening in. If you want to come up at any point and say hi or chime in on the conversation, please do. Like I said, I encourage everybody to do so. It's a safe space. And if you're thinking about just speaking in a space for the first time, looking for a bit of encouragement, and say go for it. But if you also just want to chill and listen in the background as well, that's totally cool as well. Just because I know I'm competing for the Super Bowls on at the moment as well. So yeah, thanks for tuning in while the big game's playing. Dave, you guys into the Super Bowl at all?
I mean, I got the channel on right now, but
there you go. Sports, so. Nah, me neither. I'm more of a geek. But yeah. So what's happening with you, Casual? So you pick up anything in the? Did you pick up anything in the market or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those lucky Rossos, the ultra rare. Yeah, on the secondary, of course. Took a couple pictures with it. Waiting for it to pump 10x, but yeah.
Very cool.
I'm kidding about that.
Actually, let's have a look. Let's do a bit of market watch. A bit of curiosity. What is the was it the year of the dragon? Was it? Oh, get out of there. Let's see.
I want to take this moment to follow Hinano. Hinano, you should step up on stage.
He's probably in the background. He's probably watching the next the next reaction trailer. So if you haven't seen it, him and Dave started a new channel called What the Flick, and he recently just did a reaction video for the Last Airbender, the new series coming to Netflix. And they're quite entertaining. They've done Last Airbender, they've done Halo, they've done Ghostbusters. So yeah, definitely go over to their new channel, give them a like, comment, subscribe. So show them a bit of love and support.
The Last Airbender series has been taking too long to come out. I thought there was like two more movies that were supposed to release after the first one. I thought it was supposed to be 3 movies.
No, I think was it after they had the one that Shellham did? I think it just got such bad reviews. I think they just scrapped the whole thing, and now I think they just I think they've seen the success of One Piece, and now they've gone, oh, actually One Piece is done pretty good. Maybe we'll try The Last Airbender, and maybe if that does good, maybe we'll try something else.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, the Lucky Rosso, the Year of the Dragon, so the ultra rare, what's that going for at the moment? So currently, Lucky Rosso, the ultra rare, is on the floor for 15 gems and 40 frags. And our secret rare is The Lucky Rosso Gold is on the floor right now as our secret rare is going for 599 gems and 99 frags. So yeah, so if you manage to nab yourself a Lucky Rosso Gold, you're probably doing all right. Okay, so I'm just looking at a few of the comments here and there, saying Cavernous is funded. Say Notorious Boss says Cavernous is funded by Epic Games and Galaxy Digital.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I didn't know that they were funded by them. That's a little different.
Okay.
Because I was looking at his post about the founder of Cavernous on stage talking about interoperability. I don't know. I still don't. And here's the thing too, like I'm playing devil's advocate with like myself because I'm thinking about the points that I'm saying, and I'm like, I really hope I'm wrong. Like I want the VeVeverse to be part of this world that was just promoted in the ad. But the thing is that like I keep thinking that this whole world, like what they showed in that ad, I don't even think is built to begin with. I think it's just like a render that they built in like Blender or whatever, and they just like the camera and like set the camera angle right for the ad, if you know what I mean. But I don't think it's like a full 3D like world built inside of a game engine that's like they've been building out for months on end or anything like that. I think it's literally just an ad that was created to promote this. So, and then, but going back to the whole interoperability thing, like that's what I made the point about how I was like, I think a door could open in the future. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic or whatever here, but I don't. If I compare Epic Games to Cavernous again, I'm choosing. If I'm Disney, I'm choosing Epic Games.
Yeah.
To build the world, I'm choosing Epic Games because of everything.
Yeah.
I'll let it here, but
yeah, that's cool. So Keycollector 98, Kenobi, how are you, mate?
Hey yo,
what's happening, man?
Hey, what's good? Hey, what's good, man? Hey, thank you for the space, Oz.
My pleasure as always.
Hey, how about Collectors Gone Digital? I think this is my first time up here on the stage with you, my friend. How you doing, brother? Hey, no, I just wanted to chime in, man.
Yeah, go for
it. VeVe has a lot of legs, man. And right now, like I said, until it's a household name, I mean, it's not even an argument, bro. People want to, continue to, whatever. Until it's a household name, then we'll start seeing them, where they'll get the love and respect they deserve. I've been to a couple Comic-Cons where they were sharing the booth with Marvel, and yeah, that was fun and everything. But you know what I'm saying? We gotta wait and see. As far as like when we talk mass adoption, that's what we're talking about, it being a household name. You can go to any house right now and ask them if they know Superman, and they don't have to know Superman, but they'll know of him. So let's just go to Disney. You go to any household right now and ask them, about Disney.
Yeah.
And everybody know what Disney is. You can go to anybody right now and even I won't say any household, but for the majority, ask them what Fortnite is. Everybody knows what Fortnite is. Those are household names, bro.
Yeah.
And will VeVe get there? Eventually, yeah, if they keep on moving the way they're moving. But right now, they're not a household name. And I'm not trying to hate, because there's a chance that, hey, VeVe doesn't become a household name. But, right now, I think the VeVeverse is going to be set up for VeVe fans alone. And it'll be a great place to, talk and chill and whatever. But I'm telling you right now, bro, like all these platforms like Disney, bro, they got no loyalty to nobody, bro, but that money. No. And you guys are talking about like Mickey and Thing holding a gun. Trust me, they'll be holding a gun if the money's right. Let's just be honest, bro. If what they about to get paid out for Mickey or Elsa holding a gun in Fortnite, if the money's right, if the price is right, they'll do it, bro. Like I don't see like the ties and like, oh yeah, Disney's not gonna let people play with their collectibles and put them in funky positions and this and that and whatever. Bro, if the money's right, you gonna see Mickey, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just that's the name of the game, and I see it at least. I mean, but I mean, I'm not saying that VeVe's not going. VeVe's holding out on their collectibles and what they can do with it as far as like interoperability and whatnot. But you're seeing it, man. You're seeing how Disney's moving, and it's just crazy. Like, because I was under the assumption, you know, for quite some time, like, oh yeah, VeVe's gonna be the only platform, and then they go to Cryptoys,
yeah,
and then they go to Pins, and now they doing their own metaverse, bro. It's like I look at Disney as like, damn, the way they operated business. Hey, let's dip our feet in, you know, in this water. But they didn't go full-fledged like nosedive into the ecosystem. No, they dipped their feet in the water, and then they you know, then they went, you know, waist deep with Cryptoys. Then now, you know what I'm saying, they just neck deep, bro. They with the Pins and with Metaverse, they neck deep in this thing. And they believe. So my thing is this, is that when I see that belief coming from like a big source, a big outside source like Disney, I do see digital collectibles, digital collecting. And this is just for the broad spectrum of collecting digital, you know, collectibles. It's going to grow. That's what I can't wait for. I can't wait for this space to grow. I'm so sick of like, just like hearing like, oh, it's going to be here. It's going to be, I want it everywhere. I want it everywhere. Like Al Khan said, like Walmart. Bro, there's not just one Walmart in one city. There's multiple Walmarts in my city alone. You know what I'm saying? So when that happens, bro, that's when like that's the bull run that everybody's talking about. That should happen, that will happen. But so many people in this world aren't privy to Web3 or Web2, whatever you want to call it. They're not privy to NFTs. You know, as far as they're concerned, NFTs are a scam. You know, you still hear it. I don't believe that. I believe, you know, and that's why I want like the likes of like Walmart. Yeah, get rid of all your CDs, get rid of all your video games, bro, because this shit is gonna be digital sometime soon, anyways. So hey, man, so when I see that type of stuff happening, there's only one thing people are gonna be able to do, and that's adapt or stay the hell out the way.
We'll get blockbuster.
You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. So I'm super juiced, but as far as like I'm concerned, like in order for this digital platform to succeed, I'm telling you right now, they all have to succeed, bro, and they all have to, soon enough become a household name. Like, hey, man, I gotta go get something. Well, hey, you need to put on your AR goggles and go shopping type shit. Yep. Other than like food and nutrition, in which I don't know how can be implemented.
Yeah, that's good.
Unless we're stuck to an IV or something. But other than that, man, I'm having fun, man. And you know what? Honestly, like, I'm not being blind. I'm not blinded anymore. And I just need this space to grow. And when it grows, bro, that's when everything's gonna be popping off, bro. And I'll be happy for all of us that we're here in the beginning. And I'm not just talking about, I don't care like what platform you're on, as long as you're, it could be DC, it could be McFarlane, it could be whatever, bro. Because at the end of the day, like, hey, if VeVe doesn't succeed, if DC doesn't succeed, if none of these digital collectible platforms succeed, then man, we're holding fucking dead weight, bro.
That's it.
That's real talk. That's real talk, bro.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, and you see it though too. Like, it ain't like Marvel's out there, you know what I'm saying, full fledged, promoting, VeVe like I think they should be, you know what I'm saying. But who are they next? I mean, I know they're under Disney, but are they next to start their own little meta? Will there be a Marvel meta too? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see what happens, bro. But I look at VeVe and the collectibles and comics they have as being the cornerstone. And so that could be like I guess if people want to sell their items, in 20 years down the road, like, hey, how'd all this shit start? And I guarantee you a lot of the digital collectibles that we're gonna see in the future, it all started with VeVe, bro. So I mean, that in itself, the history, like, and even as a comic collector, it's all about history, bro.
Yeah.
I just bought some Golden Age comics yesterday on Whatnot from this one seller, like 1946. Like,
wow.
And you know, like for reals, bro. So when I'm not even looking at like how much it costs. Like right now, when I get it graded, I'm looking at the fact that I got a 1946 book. There's a lot of history to that book. So when people go back and, you know, 20 years down the road and they go back in time and they're like, man, you know, what was the where Disney first pop off at, bro? Everybody's gonna say VeVe, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I look. That's how I see Disney. That's how I see VeVe until VeVe does, you know, something that's mind blowing. That's how I see the platform of VeVe being. And I'm not knocking it. You know what I'm saying? That's still, you're still holding, you know, to me, it'll be priceless collectibles if and when, but I do believe it is going to happen. But I always got to keep, you know, my guard up, you know what I'm saying? Stay on my P's and Q's. And, you know, but when this shit does blow up, when digital collectibles do blow up, VeVe is going to be like the history, you know, like this is where it all started. Crazy, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah, definitely.
It's still a plus, but it just seems to me like it's it was a great way to get people's feet in the water. I don't know. So I'll get off my soapbox. I do appreciate the space, man. Because there's more to collecting than just saying I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Of course,
that's how I feel, bro. Like there's more, like the history, the character, you know what I'm saying? The platform, just everything. All in all, plays a big part, bro. Like I'm being dead ass serious. So, you know, that's what collecting is, bro. So, I don't know, man. But let me, because I have such a passion for this shit, bro. Like even me as a collector, I could say like in the 2.5 years of collecting comics, like I've changed my ways of collecting and everything like at least 100 times. And that's just that's where I'm like, you know, where I know like the space is continually growing. So if you're able to change the way you collect within a platform more than one time, then you know that platform is continually growing. But if you're stagnant and you're collecting like, oh man, all I collect is this, well then that platform's not growing.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way I feel. But Oz, Collector's Gone Digital, my G's, I really do appreciate this convo, man. And I want to hear what you guys have to say after that long spew what I just said. But I appreciate it, man. And keep on being successful, Oz, and Collector's Gone Digital, for sure. Because yeah, this is awesome. This topic is awesome. But I really do appreciate you guys, man.
No, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate you, mate. Like you can definitely hear the passion in your voice, like, you know, every time you speak. I love it. I love your energy, and also anyone who hasn't checked out any of his Whatnot shows, yeah, definitely do it because yeah, like I said before in the last episode, your energy when you do your Whatnot shows is just it's electrifying. I love it.
Oz, you respond first.
I respond first. Well, I mean, like I said, like there's just so many different ways. I mean, that's one thing I love about collecting is that like there's just so many different ways you can do it. I mean, like Chris Evans, for example, like, you know, always targets like, you know, specific mint hunters, like being a mint hunter, or you can just collect things because like, you know, you just like the character. Like myself, for example, like, you know, funny enough, I actually bought some Funko Pops today. I bought myself an Alien, a Predator, and a little Ellen Ripley because, like, you know, Aliens and Predator is one of my favorite franchises, and that's just one of the things I like to do the collecting. Some people collect, like, you know, for value and for history, like Kenobi does. And yeah, there's just so many different ways you can do it. But probably the one aspect of collecting that I love is that it just brings everybody together, and it doesn't matter what level of life you're at. Whether you could be like, you know, the highest ranking corporate executive, or you could be like, you know, your local, you know, janitor at the McDonald's or whatever it is, but you could all share the same love of, like, you know, Marvel or Spider-Man or Batman or something like that, and it all brings you down to a common ground, and everybody can connect on it. And that's the one thing that I really love about collecting, just me personally. What about you, Josh? What about you?
Noise. No, my answer is a little bit different because I just want to acknowledge, I guess, something he said at the very beginning there, just back to the, I guess, speculating about the whole Epic Games Disney ad. because I know he made the point about how Keycollectors, you feel that, you know, right off the bat, the comics and collectibles are going to be pertaining more towards just the VeVe audience. I agree. Again, like I'm very on the fence with like my own thoughts right now, but like the reason why I'm thinking that and I keep kind of leaning towards that side is because like there's this consistent track record now up until this point where the VeVe community will like speculate on like, oh my God, is XYZ going to happen? And then it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So at some point or another, people got to acknowledge that and got to pick that up. And I'm not saying people are wrong now, but you got to understand why I'm walking into the situation a little bit more cautious than, you know, times before. Right. So, if I think about that, but then also it's obvious, it's like, obvious at this point, it's obvious at this point that when they originally started this project, they didn't fully understand what they were getting into.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean that because they've discussed points about how, you know, they all of a sudden thought about how they wanted to create their own virtual space because that's when the metaverse and everything was popping off, right? It wasn't in their original plans. Same with like how the plans shifted with the Ecomi token. So if I just think about that, and this isn't a shot at them, but their inexperience in the gaming side, I don't see the massive leap from that to all of a sudden full integration with like a full Disney meta. I don't see that. So that's why I'm like a little bit more skeptical, but I can understand why people want to put those pieces together because we already have the IP, right? And we have the collectibles that can go inside this world.
Yep.
And again, I hope that that's true. It's just, I can't fully see it. I can't fully see it.
I know. It's just
so. But yeah, no, back to his original point about like the whole pertaining to just VeVe. I really do think that that's the case because, you know, even like little systems with like uploading textures and skyboxes, like we have a pretty good idea at this point that there's going to be approval processes or something needed to make sure that we don't just upload random images and stuff like that with collectibles. It's evident, and I can't remember the exact interview, but there is one out there where there's a clip of Dan saying himself that they didn't even think about this to begin with. And to be honest, that's a pretty obvious thing to think of when it comes to like an actual like game. So again, I just, from little points like that to like a full thing with Epic Games and Disney. But anyways, I'll shut up.
Yeah, no, it's good. No, all those are really like sort of valid points. And I mean, kind of, maybe it's best to sort of like use to sort of look back to where we've been, might give us a better idea of where we're going. I mean, like how long has this thing been around for? What, like 3 years? I think we're up to now. I mean, if you take 3 years ago compared to where we are now, I mean, VeVe has gone like leaps and bounds, and so long as they keep doing what they're doing, and it's like what Kenobi said, like as long as they keep doing what they're doing and progressing in the right direction, they're eventually going to get there. I mean, like we'll probably be saying like, you know, like 3 years from now, we'll be looking back on this thing and thinking like, you know, wow, like, you know, VeVe, like, you know, we had no idea, like they've come like so fast, like, because like, you know, people today jumping on the app now probably have no idea what it was like, you know, going for drops, like, you know, in the early days of like, you know, where things were crashing. You were lucky to get anything on the drop. Bots were everywhere. But I mean, I think so long as VeVe keeps doing what they're doing and progressing in the right direction, they'll get there eventually. It's just a case of how long do you want to stay in the space for? How long are you willing to hold on for?
I think they're doing it faster than the average company. I mean, that's the
definitely.
thing. It's just the user base doesn't get it. I mean, even going back to the other point that was discussed about how, you know, Disney was kind of diving in head first to the space. There were other companies doing that. DC was another one, right? Like that was the first drop of VeVe, but DC's been on multiple platforms. You can argue that that's a way to cast a wider net, right?
Yeah.
But it's also, you could also argue that it's a way for them to test different waters, right? And I think Fortnite has been a topic in the community, not even just like recently, but like for a little while now. And I even remember discussing in like an early episode about how they can shift all their assets over onto the blockchain. It wouldn't necessarily be easy, but it is something they could do.
It's doable.
And then you could benefit from like the royalties and everything like that, right? So
yeah.
But there was a point I was going to make here. It just slipped my mind.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But Notorious, I see you down there every once in a while. I see you active all the time. I'd love to chat. I don't know if you ever step up on spaces or whatnot, but I'd love to meet you. I'd love to chat sometime. So
there we go. Well,
yeah, bro. I would like to say though too, bro. Like, put it this way: if everything in the beginning was organic, fucking VeVe would be the Louis Vuitton of the digital collections. I'm talking about everything organic.
Yeah.
I just know it, bro. Like, and when you say like when you talk about like Dan saying that he didn't think it was gonna happen this fast, bro. I don't think that any of us knew that a $79 fucking Todd, statue or digital collectible was gonna turn into over $1,000. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
we
exactly.
all know, like, but if that shit was organic, like if that was pure, straight, like hard-earned money, and it wasn't like cut in halves or cut in thirds, you know what I'm saying? Where a dollar gem was actually a real dollar, and there wasn't so many bad actors in the space.
Yeah.
God damn. And it just it baffles me that, like, for me, like running my own, like even like you brought up Whatnot, I won't sacrifice my name for $1. If I see something shady, as soon as I see something shady, I'm gonna call it out or whatever. Like, bro, I just like I look at those things, and those things are really, really big points to me. Like where it didn't happen organically. And I think that's where a lot of collectors on the app are feeling the brunt right now.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, well, is this real? That's why every time, like even myself, I'll see somebody like, oh yeah, look at the floor is rising. But how many of us actually, when they see those types of messages or see those types of tweets, are like, this motherfucker trying to pump it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of it being like, damn, that collectible should be, we used to talk about, like, we used to get into like deep discussions, me and Khaki, like, who's more important, the Todd or the Rizzo? You know what I'm saying? Like, those were fun, fun debates, you know what I'm saying? But those aren't happening no more. You know what I'm saying? It's but like I said, that's just like, I just wish everything was organic, bro, because then it would be like crazy. And I know people say other businesses aren't built like that. They build them the same way. But this space is so fucking new, so fresh, bro, where it's like,
yeah.
People don't, it's either you trust it or you don't trust it. It's not about the money, you know what I'm saying? It's more so about the trust.
Yeah, trust, reputation.
And people, a lot of people don't trust digital collecting, bro. They really don't. I was talking to a young guy at Walmart yesterday who was mad about video games being removed and it not be, becoming a thing anymore. And he was like, I don't like this digital stuff. I'm not in. This was a young guy. It blew my mind because usually, when I talk to old heads, that's their response. But this was a young gentleman. So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, yeah, that's my thing, is that the trust in the space, I think plays a big part though too. Go ahead, Flexicon Digital. Let's go, baby.
Go on, Josh.
Yeah, I think a couple points. Just I guess I'll start with the last one you said there. I think with the trust, I think that's just going to be a matter of time. I think it's still a little too soon for that stuff. Even for younger people, I mean, there's other factors involved with like where they came up, who raised them, who are the people that raised them, what are they involved with, right? Like that type of stuff. But I guess going back to like the you kept talking the word organic. Can you clarify what you mean there? Because when I think of organic, I think of like marketing or whatever. But do you think that VeVe has kind of like handled all of the, I guess, discounted gems or whatever in the past? Do you think they handled that properly or not?
No, I don't, to be honest with you. And that's one of the reasons why, like, one of the main reasons why I put a hold on my collecting on the app, is just because I don't think it was properly handled. But again, it's not my business, so I can't tell them how to handle it. But then they did, in my opinion, like, if you want if you want a customer, you want a customer with passion, and you want a customer that loves your product. You want a customer that's gonna scream your product to the moon and back, and without hesitation, and doing that for free. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call free marketing. That's what was going on, you know, for at least, you know, 2021, for at least most of that year. It was like a lot of free marketing from the fans because we loved the product. And then when, you know, we started noticing shit, you know, happening, and we're calling it out, it was like thrown back in our face that it's not happening. But if we see it, you know what I'm saying, then how do we see it but y'all don't see it? So no, I don't think it was handled properly. And until then, like I said, they had, like, I'm not tooting my own horn, but you want a fan like me, because I'll scream your name out to the ends of this earth, bro. If I respect you, you know, your moral compass, or at least you got to have one. And I respect your product. You know what I'm saying? Those things are big, bro. And you know what I'm saying? You don't see that no more. Or you hardly see that. I mean, I see it from, you know, from certain individuals, and I respect fans, bro. I really do. Regardless of the situation, there's still a lot of fans on VeVe, bro. Still a lot of fans. I respect each. Oh yeah, definitely. I just for me personally, going back to your question, collection's gone wild. It is what it is, bro. But yeah, they lost some good people, bro.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. I don't know if I have like a full answer to this, to be honest. I definitely understand the frustration, I guess, from the community with the whole like a lot of the issues that were happening back in the day. To be honest, though, I can also kind of I can see it from their perspective. I actually just tossed a DM over to Corey like 3 days ago, because I was actually writing a post on Twitter, getting ready to call VeVe out for like their inactivity on X, because they've been silent. And then I was just about to, I was like, you know what, maybe I probably shouldn't cause all this drama, like just like send a message over to Corey. So I did that. They, like, I feel like they're monitoring socials. They're aware of like what people are saying. I agree with you that they haven't necessarily handled everything the best way. I think with regards to the discounted gems, though, that's not something that they could have really. I think they probably handled it like the best way they probably could have. Like that's something that a lot of companies deal with, right? Like even to this day, like Nike with shoe drops deal with all the bots and the like all those issues with the scams. It's really hard to avoid that type of stuff. And then especially on top of that, we're also entering a new space where people are going to try and exploit like all the new scams even more. But I don't know. I guess that's like my full answer. I said I didn't have a full answer there, but still trying to piece my thoughts here.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man.
Hey, but check 1, check 2, man. Hey, everybody. Hey, from one collector to every collector in here, man. I really do appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. But man, my princess is calling me. She requested Dad's barbecue, so I'm gonna get
okay.
I gotta get to the grill, man.
That's it, mate. Get to that barbie, get grilling.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of things going on right now. I'm also pressing comics. You know, I was in Portland the last week and a half, and a lot of their comic LCSs, they don't bag and board their comics, so it just chills on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? So gets a little riptide effect on the cover. So I'm over here pressing comics as well. So yeah, I'm trying to, and then got a whole bunch of comics that just came in today. I'm pretty juiced, man. With Scotty Young Sigs all over them, and you know, yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked, man. Collection's continually growing, and you know, I hope everybody's collection's continually growing, man. I have so much joy. And it doesn't have to be about, you know, just digital collecting. I can talk about collecting all day, bro. I miss these conversations for real. So, you know, it's all about just having that belief in whatever you have. But I will tell you guys this much right now. One of the reasons why I went to Portland was to help this lady out who just lost her husband not too long ago. That's the presser right there. So he had a train set, or he had model trains, but he never got to he never got to building his model railroad or anything like that, but he had these model trains that he bought like 20, 30 years ago. And I did a whatnot show for her. And the first day, nothing sold. But I told her, I said, nothing's going to sell. I just need it. Everybody knows me as a comic collector on this app. So, you know, we just got to get eyes on it. So the second day I ran it, this guy just was buying up everything. You know what I'm saying? Just buying everything. And then he ended up hitting me up. He was like, dude, I want everything there. Just let me know how much you want to. So when I say that there's a collector for everything in your household, believe it or not, I believe that, whether it be a spoon, a stamp, a Coke can,
true that.
You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
believe
definitely.
me, when I didn't know how much these model trains were, and I'm looking at, I'm holding one the size of a regular, you know, tablespoon.
Yeah.
2,300, you know, for that model train. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this dude swooped it up. You know what I'm saying? Bought it. One customer bought it for a whole lot, bro, and she was so happy. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and
wow.
She was just happy that, you know, her husband's, you know, passion can be, you know, could be moved on to somebody else. So if model trains are selling out there still, hobby, just know that the hobby's not dead till the last man is fucking done.
That's it. Last man standing yet.
Last man standing, bro. So keep on passing on your passions. Okay, even to your kids, even to your kids' friends. Let them know who Miles Morales, Spider-Boy, Spider-Gwen, it don't matter, Wolverine. Let them know about all these, because at one point in time, like me, it took me motherfucking 41 years to get into this. But I'm telling you right now, like, eventually I'll be like, oh, that's what he was talking about. And then you're going to kick yourself in the ass, or they're going to kick themselves in the ass for not starting sooner. But the fact of the matter is they're going to get into it. So that's what collecting's about. And, you know, I'm looking at my birthday, which is coming up, and I'm realizing that it's going to look like a kid's birthday party. Miles Morales cake, Miles Morales back. Bro, like, hey.
Excellent. Love it.
So, hey, and just know, life is a revolving door. You come into this world wearing diapers, you're gonna leave this world wearing diapers, baby. We're kids again, baby. It does not matter. Let's go, baby. Hey, so hey man, I appreciate you, Oz. Appreciate you. I'm gonna call you Josh, baby, because Collector's Gone Digital. Hey man, you the man with the plan, baby. But yeah, man, you see my path, I get so fired up. So keep on doing what you're doing, man. I love y'all, man. Stay collecting, please. I'm gonna go down this list, bro. About the barbecue, let's go.
That's it. Go for it, mate. So enjoy your barbecue, enjoy your food, and this is a big one for you as well, mate. Look at that. You come into the world wearing diapers, and you leave the world wearing diapers. Everyone, write that down.
Hell of a phrase, right? Yeah, I appreciate that. Keep doing your thing, man. I keep seeing your posts. You're crushing it lately. What was I gonna say? I was reading Notorious's comment here.
Yeah, I was about to cover that as well. Which one are you reading?
So the game art brain, the modeling.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna spill the beans here because it's like a little bit of a weight on my shoulder the past like couple months, but I got an email from them. I was already speaking to you about this.
Yeah.
If the VeVe team gets pissed off about this, I don't really care, but they're not working with them anymore. Because I keep seeing like these photos pop up from the community, and I feel like I keep seeing them, and I'm like, I know the truth, but like I never comment on them, and it kind of bugs me. So like, they're not working with the studio anymore. They cut ties a couple months back. So they're working with another studio, or other studios, but with regards to like those pieces, I guess like they modeled them and stuff, but they don't model any of the newer pieces or anything like that. I wanted to spill the beans, to be honest, man, because that was bugging me.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like I know, like this studio was they got in a bit of hot water a while back. I know because I remember the Superstars had an interview a while back, and then they had to they were asked very politely to pull the video, and yeah, after that we got news that apparently that they cut ties with VeVe or something happened there, and yeah, it was like a whole drama about that. But yeah, but
I didn't really know like why that was the case, and I think up until recently I kind of figured it out because I was speculating at first, like, oh, was it this or oh, was it that? And behind the scenes content with Juggernaut kind of made me think. I was like, okay, Corey made the comment about how there needs to be approved content with all these licensors, right?
Yeah.
So Marvel approved that video, right?
Yeah.
Game Art Brain's standard process for all of their work, if you follow them on Twitter, you see it all the time. They post the beginning, middle, and end stages of all their projects, and they post it on their website, like in their portfolio. I probably have a feeling that in my video and in Superstar's videos specifically, we showed clips of that behind the scenes content, including animations that were never actually put onto the platform. And that may have, this was not confirmed, may have picked off some of the licensors. And then the licensors reached out to VeVe and said, hey, we can't have this. And then VeVe reached out to them and said, hey, we're cutting ties. That's my guess. But whatever happened, they're not working with them anymore. But just so you guys know, don't blow that up to get me in trouble or anything.
No, I heard I've heard similar speculations and stories as well. But yeah, like I said, that was an entirely different drama. We've sort of like moved past all that now. But thanks again for Notorious for posting that as well. And also, again, just before we move to the next speaker, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody taking the time out of their busy days to come and listen in with us. So I see a lot of familiar faces and a few new ones. I see as always, I see Hinano, D, Notorious, Casual still with us, VeVewheels. So thanks for always dropping in, mate. Always appreciate the support you give everybody. I see Three Biggest Bro. So just want to say big thank you to Three Biggest Bro for the giveaway he did on the last episode of WebV Wednesdays, which is our Wednesday shows, which I went to Mark D. Mark D ended up winning a VeVe Arcade. It was a Spider Boy, if I remember right. So yeah, big thank you for that giveaway. Also, Wulu. So always a pleasure having you in the space, mate. I see SwampyNumber, so one of our Discord, the VeVe Discord moderators. So thanks for taking time to listen, mate. Appreciate it. Hope all's good in the Discord. I don't spend nowhere near as much time there as I should. We'll see. Yo, Steph. So how's it going? Thanks for dropping in. So I see you around the spaces all the time. Smurf's dad still with us. Keycollector, Giorgio. Yeah, big thank you to everybody just for listening in. But we've got a new speaker to the stage. Is it Toastman? Toastman, how are you?
Hi, it's Top Man.
Oh, Top Man. Oh, hello. How are you?
Yeah, I tater tot. We Top Man.
I get it. It's cool. I like it.
Actually creating something right now.
Oh, okay. What are you creating?
Y'all gonna get a kick out of it when I get done. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Oh, I'm almost done. I need one last thing, and then I gotta show y'all. But y'all gonna be busting laughing. I ain't gonna lie. I already am.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
So tell us. So Top Man, Top Man. Sorry, Top Man. Let me get that right. Top Man. So what's your collecting journey like? Are you into VeVe? Say Cryptoys? What are you into?
I'm trying to get into it. I've been doing a lot of researches, but I've been hanging out with Metavision and the people from the Wake and Blake show and the Morning Light Live. I've been hanging out with them. They're cool people.
Okay.
I've just been kind of like researching. I got myself one of those little wallet things, so that's pretty cool. My friend, what's his name? Dr. Save. You may know him. He's a doctor on here.
Okay.
He sent me a love thing, and it was really, really cool. Let me go to okay, I'm done, but I've never worked a computer in my entire lifetime. 22 years old. Shit, I can't.
All right.
Now, give me 1 second to put this in a different mode, and then I'm going to. What's that? No, I don't want to star it. Hold on.
Hey, no, I need you up here because I got a couple points that we could talk about the Cybertruck. All right.
Ooh.
I need him up.
Okay.
I see D in there as well, so I know he's for sure in here because sometimes Hanano's in here and it's D, and then sometimes D's in here and it's Hanano, and you don't know who's who. But I know he's in here for sure now.
All right, cool. So I'm just going back to Top Man. I was just getting a little something ready.
Yes,
So,
I'm done now. So I'm gonna send it to the Jumbotron for all y'all people out there who want to see this. Oh, hold on. I made it too small. Hold on.
Okay. So are you into VeVe or anything like that, Top Man? Top Man?
What, VeVe?
No.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, VeVe. It's a digital collectors platform where they specialize in a digital IP like Marvel, Disney, say Star Wars.
I've seen Marvel movies. They're amazing. You know, as a kid. Well, I still am a large child, but anyways, as a kid, I can't get over this. As a kid, I'm so damn bad. I can't right now. But as a kid, my brother is actually the one who got me into those movies. But we used to go to the movie theater, and every time there was a new Marvel movie that came out, we would try and go and watch it. It was like the greatest thing, right? All right, and then like my favorite one is Ant-Man, and then I think that's DC, but I don't know the difference, anyways. But but I like Ant-Man. I like the Captain America Civil War, and then I like Aquaman.
Okay, so good choices. So have you seen the latest? Have you seen the latest movie?
I can't. As a kid, it was easier for me to sit and watch a movie. Now it's getting to be a little harder for me because my ADHD is pretty bad. So I just wait for it to come on Netflix so I can pause the movie so I don't miss key important details.
I see. Okay, so I was just looking at your little your post here. Coming to the world wearing diapers and you leave the world wearing diapers. Very entertaining.
You got the old person with the diaper, you got the baby with the diaper. I done got y'all. Like, yep. You know, I ain't gonna lie, it is true. Because my grandpa, he came into this world. I guess he was a little kid at one point. I don't know. I wasn't born in 1933. That was way back then. But my grandpa left this world, and I don't know. Did they ever? So when they hold on, that's a good question. So when people die, do they like take their clothes off and like, or do their clothes get cremated with them?
I know it's a good question, but I think I might have to answer that with this. Sorry.
Okay.
So on that note, we're gonna have to say goodbye. All right, you still there, Josh?
Yeah, did you do what I think you just did?
Yep. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I had to fire off the.
Thank Lord have mercy, hallelujah. I'm not even religious.
Well, yeah, I like to try and give everyone a fair go, but that was just not going in the direction that I felt was appropriate for this channel. So sorry, Top Man. So thank you for your input. But yeah, sorry, we're, like I said before, we're a digital collector space, and yeah, it was not really going in a direction that we're overly great with. But thank you for taking the time to come up and speak with us.
I don't know if you have any specific topics in mind, but we can transition things over to the Apple Vision Pro if you want. There's been a lot of talk about that recently.
Yeah. Has anyone had a chance? I know a few members of the community have had a chance to actually try it. Have you had a chance to get anywhere near it, Josh?
I haven't like tried it myself or anything like that. I don't even know anybody who has one yet, but I've been trying to do as much research as I can on it, and just like there's crazy applications just coming out day by day now. I just saw one the other day about how it's not even like a cool one. It pertains to cleaning in the house, but what it does is it uses like spatial recognition, and it scans your entire floor. It highlights your entire floor green, and then as you vacuum your floor, it erases the green marks so you don't miss a single spot.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've seen something similar to that as well. that it was like they had coins everywhere. So it was like a game of Pac-Man. So like as you like you sort of vacuum your house, you're actually like sucking up coins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Turns
So,
into like
yeah. It was really cool. But
there was another one for any gaming fans out there where using the same like spatial tech, you scan your house, and then if anybody who's played like Call of Duty Zombies, it turns the windows in your house into the windows that the zombies climb through, and then you have to defend your entire house against zombies that are trying to like get you.
No, that'd be cool. Yeah, but we have Wulu. Wulu up on this come to speak with us. How are you, Wulu?
I'm doing all right.
What's happening?
The Web3 weekends, baby.
Yes, sir.
I am here. The collectors chat, so the collectors are going to chat. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man. So what's been happening?
So what have you guys been talking a little MCP? I'm still coming hot off the heels of the little MCP talk earlier.
I see. Yeah, we've sort of been covering a bit of everything at the moment. We're talking about Disney's partnership with Fortnite and how they're sinking big money into that. We've had topics about comics, about different forms of collecting, and the new MCP system. Bits and pieces. But no, mate, you're just in time.
What about the MCP?
Yeah, what you got?
Right, that's the question. Collectors Gone Digital. What about it? Right. All right. So we got 7-8 drops in. It's a good test case, but we had to hold this. I mean, we've been talking about this for hours, right? And basically, the point is, what's next, right? Are the things that were on the white pages, the white papers before, right, still on the table? For one example, burns for MCP points. Is that on the table? So just things like that, just to see where we are, where we're going, right? Because if the points are only going to be as good as the program.
Yep.
If the points are crap, the program's crap. So just to see as collectors where we're at, right? A good update. And we talked about this earlier. A good person to ask that, if you're going to ask the questions, you have to ask them to the right person, would be Mitch, because he's in the back end. He's doing all the stuff. So instead of asking like Alice or David that comes on the space that isn't key in that area of expertise, you would ask the guy who knows. So, it's been a while since we got updates. I mean, we were here when we used to get X Spaces updates, and then we went to the monthly video updates, and we kind of moved away from that. So just a little push, right, as a community, like, what's up with this clarification? If this MCP is supposed to be this big program that a lot of your biggest collectors are invested in, what are we going into, right? What's on the table, basically? What's the plans? So yeah, man, that's kind of what I've just been thinking about lately. What we're gonna do,
Yeah, well, MCP points. Well, me personally, I mean, I haven't been going for any of the drops, and I haven't been using any of my MCP points. We actually had a conversation on the Wednesday show. Is what would it take for you to part with your MCP points? Because obviously, we've had if you sort of do all the number crunching, which I'm going to be honest, I do not, because numbers are not my friend. But I'm going to take everyone else's word, saying basically you would have to be very selective for with what drops you go for, because I was just going to run out of MCP points really quick, because they take way too long to replenish unless you're got a massive collection. You're bringing in big points.
Mm-hmm. And that's the game, Osman.
That's right.
We're making judgments off these 7 or 8 drops, right? Well, this MCP is a long-term game, right? We haven't seen the benefits. Wait till you have people that want to drop so badly, but because they spent all their points on, drops that may have mattered at the time, right? The shiny new object. But it was something, that I'm going to save up for this thing I really like. But when that time comes where you don't have points, then it's going to matter, right?
Exactly.
When you have a secured drops, because, when it could be scarcity or whatever, right? But just to be able to get in on a drop because you have these points, right? People are going to be banking on that. And the guys that have been collecting this whole time, building this whole time, right? They're not going to see the initial benefits off these first 7 or 8 drops. It's going to be a long-term play. It's when people don't have points. And we discussed it earlier. Like, what if points in the app were like a a commodity, right? A currency, like the Omi, right? At some point, or the gems, right? I mean, if the program is so good to the point where people are going to be starving for points, some people may let go of some, key mint collectibles or scarce collectibles just for the chance to get points from another person, just to go for a drop. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole another mechanism, a mechanic that could be incorporated.
Exactly. And how about this as well? Because I was looking at the drop schedule for next week, because basically from the 13th all the way to the 16th of February, they're going to have a drop every single day. So we've got the X-Men Gold comic coming, the wedding of Rogue and Gambit. We've got some more stamps. We've got Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 21, which is the Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson wedding, and the new Chinese New Year New Zealand postal stamps. Now they're not overly fantastic or anything like that, but what if VeVe started doing something like that, but with something more valuable? Like, say if they had back-to-back drops of something like FA Wolverine or FA Mandalorian, or something of massive caliber, another big comic book what have we got left? First appearance of Captain America. I mean, what if they decide to drop that? So then the real game will start, with your MCP points, because then people are going to have to be really, really selective about what they want.
I've heard all these aspects, Osman, as far as MCP, right? The thing of set holders, right? If you have sets of a certain IP, right? So that should that person get an allocation because they're a fan of the IP, obviously, because they're holding all these sets. There's the thing with the bronze tickets, right? Yep. So it's these allocation numbers. I know it's 60-40 now, but they're going to skew a little bit. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
It's a program that's still being built out. So nothing's definite, but if we could just communicate and vocalize shit, man, possibilities are endless.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Josh, you got something to add?
No, I agree with the communication, because right now that they are being a little bit silent. I think, though, the conversation we're having right now, parts of it, it's still too soon to determine.
Yeah.
Because it's what you guys just said. There's so many moving parts. There's so many variables. There's still so much stuff they have to determine. But it's also quite obvious at this point that there's a lot of stuff that changed from their original plans.
Yeah.
Where there's even a question mark in the air of does the team fully know what the full roadmap is, right? So I think it's a combination. Well, it's a combination of exactly that. They've taken a step back a little bit to be a little bit more quiet, to focus on the stuff and not give timelines too soon, and they learn from those mistakes. But then it's also a mixture of the stuff changing and then trying to figure out exactly how all these pieces are going to fit together. You know what I'm saying?
It's all a balance. It's like the over promise under delivering thing, and you know how that worked out before. Yeah. They got thrown through the ringer for that. So it's but just with things like this, right? With an MCP being so big within the app, okay, what's just, you don't have to tell us the whole spiel, but kind of it's been a little bit, since we're just referencing an article that's, a couple months old, in the space, things change. So just I don't know, it could be a video. It doesn't have to be live. Some kind of just to see where we're at and where we're going on that sense, right? Because there's multiple senses, but just on that sense.
Yeah, we understand what you guys are saying. We're taking your feedback on board, and we're looking at these certain aspects of the MCP program, something along that sort of lines is what's kind of what you're getting at.
I gotta play devil's advocate here.
Well, yeah, go on.
Just based off of history and how much this community blows crap out of the water.
Yeah.
Guys, they can say the simplest point and stuff gets spun out and blown out of proportion it's crazy. So I can understand where you guys are coming from, but I can also understand why they're being so hesitant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what I will say to add to that is the minimum amount of points that they're requiring for this program, in my opinion, is too high. I think what happened is they're too close to the situation. I don't know if anybody's you ever dive into some YouTube videos on YouTube, and then all of a sudden you kind of discover a little niche, and you start getting recommended all these videos, right? And then you know, a certain amount of time goes by and you kind of get out of that little bubble and realize that, okay, not everybody knows exactly what you're talking about. It's like VeVe, right? If you go outside the VeVe community, you talk to anybody about digital collectibles or NFTs, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's I don't know. They're like, I get where you guys are coming from, but at this, yeah.
At the same time, they don't want to say anything and potentially, like, you know, start kicking the hornet's nest, so to speak.
I think they're just taking the time to work. They're building, but man, I don't know. For something like this, when you got collectors, right? I mean, we're hosting spaces, you know, discussing these things, or asking questions about these things. You know, when there's the demand for it, I guess, and when people have questions of like, where's this going? If this is so important, then you know, that could be paid attention to. And I understand they don't got a community, a social media community, man. They're still doing the hiring process for that. That may be one component to it, but you know, you gotta just let us know things, like, because people's strategies will change. I mean, just say on the old white map that was there, that the burn of comics or collectibles for points, right? What if that's gone? Some people's the way they approached it may have changed just because of that one thing, you know, in the program. So.
Yeah. I completely understand that.
Yeah,
I
totally.
completely. And just to kind of build on the point I was talking about, because I lost my train of thought there for a sec. I was talking about how like the minimum was too high. When you're like so close to the niche that you're in, I feel like sometimes that because they're so involved with the platform and building it all out all the time, they're always around all these collectors that have been earning all these points and have these large balances. But the problem is that it's not set up for a new user to come in now. So it's like even if somebody could have been here for like a year and a half, 2 years, and only have 40,000 points. You know what I'm saying? Like they might not even have a large collection, and that 5,000 minimum is that's a large amount, right? So it's not set up that's somebody who's been here for a year and a half or 2 years, not even a new user. So it's not really set up in that regard. But yeah, sorry, I was just backtracking there for a sec. But yeah, I completely understand or completely agree with your last point there.
Yeah, well, it's all about perspective, right? And this was the great thing about the conversation earlier, is right. You got people at the top that don't see it from someone that is like me, that's in the middle, right? And we don't see it the way that someone that is brand new coming in with 0 points. You know, it's about perspective. And the key thing is balance, right? It can't be a snowball effect with the thing with the points with the whales, right? And I think they're going to go at it with their points, right? Because these points will get burned, but you have to have it in a balance in the sense that it can't turn away new people. Like if you see this guy with, you know, millions and millions of points, how can I catch that guy if that is feasible? You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not, then, you know, it may drive people away. So it has to be a good balance of, I can attain that. You know, it has to be within a new person's grasp that comes in fresh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's got to be within the realm of possibility of someone who's not familiar with the platform, or like they walk in and see like, you know, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, you know, I want that, but I haven't got like, you know, a couple of hundred points or something, where they go like, you know, another guy who's been here like for ages and they've got like thousands of points. He goes, well, I ain't got a hope of getting that, so I'm going to go somewhere else. And yeah, I totally agree. Like they're going to try and make it worth like, you know, a new user jumping on and actually feeling like they can actually attain what they're going for. But we've got VeVewheels up to speak, and then and we also got SwampyNumber 5 as well. But we'll go Wheels first, then we'll get you in just a second. Swampy, sorry. How are you, Wheels? Oh, maybe he doesn't want to talk to me.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Hey guys.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't even know I was up here, guys.
Well, you're here.
I didn't even know I was up here.
Well, here you are. Thanks for...
No, I mean, I know I was here. I didn't know I went up there like to talk.
No, yeah.
I'm hearing everybody.
No, well, this is the first time I've actually had a chance to speak to you, Will. So, how are you, and how has your collecting experiences been so far?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I don't really come up here a lot and talk, but I'm having an awesome day. I'm here just waiting for the Super Bowl game to start. And I'm a hardcore Niners fan, so just waiting on that. And
very cool.
And when it comes to my collection, it's well, I love my collections to begin with. My experience in VeVe has been amazing. I hear what everybody's saying, and good and bad. I have I'm just running with the punches, and good or bad. You know what I mean? I'm throwing punches and receiving punches. That's good. I love this community. I have nothing bad to say about this community, but that we are growing, and I expected everything we're going through and everything that's going on. It's not new to me. I'm new to this digital thing. But I expected everything that's going on. I seen it coming. It's new. And having said that, I'm excited, man. I have so much fun with the collectibles, with the comic books, with the community. I'm making the best of it. I'm making sure that I'm having fun. And I'm playing with my collectibles, and
cool.
And I'm learning a lot of stuff. I was never into MCP points. I was just into collecting, stuff.
Same.
And then now this MCP point started rolling out, and I'm getting the idea. I'm getting the point. I kind of understand what I'm supposed to do. If I want to be involved in the best way that I could be involved with, in the app, and making sure that I have points. So when a drop that I want comes, I have the points available, so I could, put them there to, have a bigger chance to get the drop. So yeah, I'm learning that MCP part. I have questions. I have a lot of questions that were answered just recently. So I'm just very excited, guys. I'm not saying I see the future, but it's not that hard to figure out where this is going. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this. This is beautiful. It's awesome, and it's going and it's heading to the right direction. And believe me or not, we're gonna get a couple more kicks in the ass. You're gonna get a couple more hits, and but that's part of the growth. That's the. This is the excitement to me, the growth, the ups and downs. This is the part of that's exciting to me, because I know that this is not. How can I say that? I know this ain't going anywhere. Let's just say it's like, I don't want to say it's dying. I know this is not going anywhere. It's not gonna die. I know it's not gonna be $1 million collectibles tomorrow. It's the growth, the process, the learning from our mistakes, and then making it better. And so that's just that aspect of it. But guys, I'm having a lot of fun here. I've never been part of a community like this. I've never collected a single thing in my life. So I'm very thankful the way VeVe is doing the stuff, because if they didn't do the stuff the way they did it, I swear I will not be a collector. I will not be a collector right now. I will not be holding the stuff that I have right now if they didn't do the stuff that the way they're doing it. So the way they're doing it speaks to what the logo is. It's collectors at heart. The point is to create collectors, not it's a new space, so we want to create collectors. Not so worry about the people that are already collecting, but more worry about the people that haven't collected a single thing in their life, like me. And yeah, I mean, I love the way things are rolling out. I'm happy to see where we're going to be 1, 2, 3 years from now. I'm not here. I didn't come to VeVe for a 1, 2 year thing. When I came to VeVe, and this is me with the limited of information and knowledge that I have with this digital collectible space. I'm here for like.
Oh, there we go.
Did we lose them or?
No. So I'm still here. So you got me. So I think my system tried to rug me there. Yeah. So, sorry about that.
No, I can hear you. I just can't hear him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we lost him. But just to go back, what Wheels was saying, like, I completely agree. Like, community is probably the number one reason why I'm here. And yeah, I want to say a big thank you to VeVe for that as well, because without VeVe, I wouldn't have been a part of this amazing community and met, like, and conversate with all these amazing people from all around the world. I mean, like, I spend more time with this family than I do my own family, which is kind of a horrible thing to say, but but that's kind of like the way it sort of pans out. But anyway, yeah, it looks like Wheels is trying to get reconnected, and while Wheels is trying to get back with us, let's go to SwampyNumber 5. SwampyNumber 5, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, got you loud and clear.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of chime in about the MCP stuff. I feel like I 100% agree with. I'm right there with VeVewheels. I see a constantly moving train. I've never seen VeVe as something that really stops. That's stopped developing and stopped implementing, and it constantly is moving for me.
Yep.
And I would say when I first came in, I hit the ground running. I was moving a lot faster than the pace of development. And now I'm kind of really at the pace of it. I mean, regardless of what anybody says on time frames, I have a really relative, kind of feeling of the pace now. You know what I mean? Like, and it's constant, right? It keeps moving. But on the MCP note, this first MCP bidding priority just came out. I think it's important that we all always voice our opinion and what we, want to see in things. I think that's very important, especially to the people out there that like their app and the way things are too. Don't be silent in the corner enjoying your app. Let people know that you enjoy it the way it is if you do. And MCP, I feel like right now you've got the 40%, which could change, depending on the drop for the MCP priority bidding. And then we also have bronze tickets, right?
That's true.
Be surfacing in April. And I just feel like the more as time goes on, there's going to be more things for us to spend MCP on. Hopefully, that's really the case. And then I feel like once we get to, because I think it's a great move that they took off the expiration of our MCP, at least for now. At least for now, I think it's a great move because if they had started utility with like 20 things right out the gate, then I would feel like, okay, expiration, but since we're kind of trickling out these MCP, features and utility, I think it's a great move that was turned off. I kind of speculate and I kind of feel like in the future, as let's just say there's a lot more for us to waste our MCP on, to the point where there's just so many options, for you to use your MCP that, you know what I'm saying? That maybe the expiration would come back, because I kind of like the idea of the expiration because, to me, somebody would never hit 2 million stack, some like the top 5 whales of the, of the app, they wouldn't have accumulated that much. Maybe they would have reached 800,000 or something like that. So I feel like that would be something a little bit more manageable if it was, had an expiration date. So I kind of hoping we go back to that, but I'm just saying, keep the hope. I feel like this is just one of many things that, will surface of MCP utility. And I feel like you guys are doing a great job constantly having these conversations about what it is you all want, out of MCP, what you want to spend it with. Great conversations that have to be had. And to be honest with you, they have an idea. They have a lot of ideas of what to do with it. I'm just like you, waiting for those things. I mean, but David Yu is still wants to know what else we got in mind. And, this company is listens. And in my experience as a consumer, is that, that's a very thin line. I remember when Bungie came out with their Destiny game, right? They vowed to be the company to listen to their customers and do everything they said.
Yep.
That, to me, that didn't turn out too good, you know, because the game that they first initially designed was perfect to me. It was amazing. And, you know, listening to the customers too much, you know, you can kind of lose sight of that first really vision that you had to begin with. And then at the same time, there's like another company I know that CCP, which is they make a EVE Online game. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but when they first developed their game 20 years ago and they turned it on, the people that played that game played it in a way that they didn't intend the game to be played. You know, and that company had a choice to make. You know, that company could have said, well, we're going to stop you from doing that because that's not what it was intended to do. But instead, they said, you know what, this is what the people want to do. Let's make that part of the game.
Yep.
And they catered to the customers that were there. So I really feel like they're doing a great job on, you know, riding that thin line the best they can. I think it's a really tough line because the voice of the customer is the first step to continuous improvement. So it is very important what you all are talking about. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thanks for having me up here.
No. Thank you. So thank you for coming up. Sorry, Josh. Before I get to you, Wulu had some questions as well. I know your hand was up.
Just with the whole MCP, right? The checks and balances are going to be important. Me personally, I'm iffy on, and I'm not sure where it's going to go as far as like the points expiring or whatnot, right? Because we were first told that, and now it's not. I just don't want it to be some drama down the line where it's not the case now, right? And then a year down the line, they said, oh yeah, they do expire, and then you got a subset, you know, that are angry because we were told one thing, now things change. But yeah, man, it's an ongoing mechanism. It is, bro. So it's like it's hard to really kind of to gauge it. But as far as like MCP, man, yeah, I mean, we can vocalize all we vocalize, right? And it's just like as a consumer, Swampy, like I was thinking of this as you were talking, like, you know, that's why I kind of like bring up the point to see like, you know, what's next. Because I know we used to get updates and we don't get them as much, and the whole thing of not, you know, over delivering and promising and stuff, right? But, you know, just like if we were told one thing and you may have one strategy, it's like, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna stack some items because on the white paper it says that we can burn for MCP, and I know MCP is gonna be big. Just to know like if that's on the table or not, you know, that I think those are things that need to be discussed as well, you know. And it's not a thing of over promise or under delivering, just a clarification more, you know, to see basically what will the program entail.
Okay. So Josh, you got something to add to that?
Yeah, no, just going back to what Swampy was saying, and Wulu, I agree with everything you were just saying there. Yeah, I mean, what everybody's saying is, yeah, it's a moving train stuff, so we can, it's never going to stop. Great points. I think what's really interesting is what Swampy was talking about, that last point he was talking about, which is that fine line between knowing how much to listen to your audience. Yeah. Because that's something I haven't heard in the community before, and it's so true. With like really anything that you're trying to build, because it's a mixture of like understanding, okay, how much of your vision are you going to try and like, you know, make a reality, but then as you're trying to do that, people are going to try and like influence your decisions, right? And so I would completely agree with what he was saying before. I think they're doing a fantastic job of like knowing how to draw the line. And I know that there's been a couple points about, you know, Mitch pulling back, and we haven't seen him for a little while. And he was, you know, the guy to kind of go to ask the questions about all this stuff behind the scenes. I think this is an example of that, like him pulling back. But everything that you were just talking about, I think needs to be discussed more in the community, because our community doesn't understand it. Like and it goes back to the whole like private business. It's like, you've got to understand from our perspective that let me backtrack for a sec. There's a lot of people in this community, or some people, not a lot, some people in this community who they act entitled, like they deserve certain information. And that's not the case at all. In fact, I would argue that VeVe's telling us more than they need to. So it's like, it's a mixture of them understanding how much to listen to us, and then us understanding how much they should be giving us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of agree with that. I mean, like, at the end of the day, VeVe is a company. We're not shareholders or anything like that. We're consumers, and if VeVe really wanted to, they could literally turn around and just say, well, this is what we're doing. Too bad, too sad. Don't like it, go somewhere else. They're totally entitled to do that because they're a private company, but they choose not to, and that's the important thing, is that they're actually trying to listen to their customers, and it's like what people were saying, like, it's trying to find that fine balance between keeping with their vision and not sacrificing too much and being influenced by what everyone else wants. If that makes any sense? But
yeah, it does. And sorry, I don't mean to cut you off or anything.
For sure.
I just feel like it's happened a couple of times where I'm going to lose my train of thought again.
Yep.
But just to build on your point, because I was talking about how I reached out to Corey to be like, hey, like, your guys' content strategy is like inconsistent, because I said, like, they're collector spotlights. When was the last time they did one, right?
True.
His exact response to me, not exact, sorry, but his response to me was, go ahead and post it. Like, feel free to post it. Like, if you have an opinion towards the business, whether it's positive or negative, post it. Like, we need to see that feedback. So it wasn't like hey, I really appreciate you not putting that public and you reaching out to me and blah, 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 blah. So they for sure are monitoring socials. Like, they're open to that for sure. But like, it's them taking that step back and, like, again, recognizing that they're a private business. They don't need to tell us all this stuff, and that perhaps they were telling us a little bit more beforehand. And now they've kind of learned from that and go, okay, we got to be a lot more selective with what we say and what we make public, because there's obviously going to be repercussions.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Swampy, you had something you wanted to add, mate?
Yeah, just, I look at these things like the, MCP bidding priority as, a test, right? We all can assume that, Marvel or Disney had, wanted to test as well some certain mint sizes and prices for certain things, just to, to see how people react to things. And the same thing for, if you were to go talk about what you were looking to do, on publicly somewhere, and then, and that just reaction, right? That customer, the experience you get at ground level, right? Like, if I produce a product and give it to you, and it's intended for one way, but then you get it and take it and use it for a different way, and didn't even want to use it that way at all. You know what I mean? There's definitely, I would want to know that, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to just be like, oh, I'll go get a different vacuum cleaner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just use this for something else, So, all of this is great. All of this discussion. And I feel like the best part about this is that you guys, it's open, and that, I think it's really important when we come to finding the wedges in our community, identifying where me and Wulu don't meet eye to eye, and trying to figure out a solution where me and Wulu do, and then in the result of us trying to find that middle ground where we're both happy with the solution that we're providing to VeVe, and saying, look, if you do this for Wulu, you're hurting me. If you do this for me, you're hurting Wulu, but me and Wulu came together and we're saying, you know what, it'd be all right if you did it this way, because then we're all both all right.
Yeah.
And now me and Wulu, everywhere we go, and that's our opinion. Now it's not Wulu's opinion versus mine. Now it's me and Wulu's opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
And the community can really, we can do that, and our feedback is extremely valuable. And no matter what that feedback is, if we're willing to kind of go down the rabbit hole, per se ourselves, to come up with these solutions, then I think they'll be heard. I think it's super valuable. I think they're very interested in that. So keep it up, guys. I'm just saying, and everything you guys are saying is completely, every opinion that everybody has is 100% valid. Like your reality is 100% valid to you, and there's a lot of different aspects and perspectives. People came here for all sorts of different reasons, and that's all very important, and I think it's just great that this community isn't, we're not a echo chamber. We are not an echo chamber. Just because somebody comes in here with an opinion about how things should be, and then the only person in the room, that person in the room represents 10,000 other people, in my opinion. If you're in a room of 10 people and all 10 of us think differently on the subject, we all represent a portion of a larger body within the community. It's just like when we go to buy and sell things on the market, right? You're sitting there, you're holding this thing, and all of a sudden something tells you, man, you know what? I feel like I need to sell this store right now, right?
Yep.
And right when you think that, hundreds of other people are thinking that same thing. And if you're faster than them to act, then you would have made the best call, because then right after everybody hesitated on their move, right? The price goes lower, and now you're buying back in. So that's all I'm saying is, anyway, I appreciate you guys for having me up here. I appreciate y'all doing these spaces. Yeah.
No, dude, the points you bringing up are really good. I gotta say, like, I like from your first point to the point you were talking about how everybody's opinions are valid. We live in a day and age nowadays where, like, if you have a difference of opinion, you're seen as argumentative, and there's like no room for debate anymore or like conversations. And so I think the points you brought up there are fantastic. And Alex, I hope you never forget that for this space, because I'm so tired of going to other spaces that are like titled one thing and they're talking about like, oh, I'm listening to this music on the way to work. I'm like, I don't give a crap.
Well, we do have and I'm not trying to, impose Discord in here, but I do run a feedback hour every third Saturday of every month in the Discord. And it's a community engagement feedback session where I'm basically just there to keep the peace, and there's a process. We go around the room, each person has an idea, a piece of feedback, and then after they give their feedback, I might ask them for more details, and then after that, it's opened up to the whole room to add to, or questions to, rebuttals to, and then I type out what that feedback is and read it out loud, and everyone in the room agrees with it, and we send that to the VeVe team. Wow. that is a conjoined feedback, that we created and agreed with together. So, and sometimes I've had this one time where somebody came in, they had their feedback and complaint and stuff, and the rest of the room really started chewing on it. And to be honest with you, that person was the only one in the room that felt that way. Everybody else was just like, hell no. But in light of the feedback hour session, we tried to find middle ground. And what we were met with this person that came in was that they just didn't want to find middle ground. They, just wanted to keep repeating their feedback over and over again.
Right.
And I try to let them know, like, look, we need to go in a progressive manner towards the solution. Like, if you are not going to help with this, and that guy got server muted, and then you know what ended up happening? The rest of the room figured out and created that feedback surrounded by what he brought in, and we all agreed without him. So it's like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, and his feedback was still put in the spreadsheet to the VeVe team, but I just let him know right next to it. It just said one person. It's like, you know what I mean?
That one guy.
It's just one person. This is not a conjoined feedback, and that's just out of respect that everyone came and participated. Their feedback will be heard and present it to the team, you know, and you're not wasting time. Anyway, sorry.
No. By all means, like, you know, like, like, just go back to what Josh was saying, like, you know, and also thank you for those kind words as well. Like, you know, that's one of the whole reasons why I hold these spaces, is to give everybody, like, you know, a safe space to sort of, like, you know, express their opinions. So, like I said, like, you know, we're a collector space primarily, and yeah, we just want to give everybody a space to sort of geek out and share the love of collecting and like, you know, just enjoy this product and space that VeVe's provided for everybody. Also, as well, a big I might as well do this real quick. Is a big shout out to the VeVe collective, which is the collectors group that I'm just happen to be the president of. And yeah, that's more or less what these spaces are brought to you by, is, like, you know, just a safe space where we can, like, you know, all come together and just share our love of collecting, whether that be physical, digital, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. So whatever you're into, like, you know, we're all into it. And yeah, that's what these spaces are all about. It's giving everybody an outlet to sort of express themselves, which you may struggle to find in the real world, which I personally do myself. And that's one of the reasons why I enjoy hosting these spaces. So yes, Josh.
First up, I saw Froze in the space. He has to come up. Every time he comes up, I'm going to poke him. Every single time, I'm going to poke him until he comes up and he speaks to me. You better request to come up on stage, man. But yeah. I also got a. Oh, he did.
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
I was not expecting that. Okay, hang on.
You poked him hard enough.
I also got a message from a VeVe fan, and he was pointing out the fact that more invites went out for the VeVeverse. So you guys might want to check your emails, because you might be one of them.
Oh yeah, I did too. Sorry, but yeah, sorry, VeVe fan. I got a message from him as well. Sorry, I only just saw it. Let me quickly check my emails. Did I get one? I doubt it. I'm no vault builder. No, I did.
See how well I've been keeping that to myself while I've been up here?
Oh, really? What, you got yours as well?
Well, you know, I don't want to say that, and then, like, half the people in here check and don't have it. You know what I mean? It's like,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't get one.
It's like, yeah, it's like, yes,
I say something like nobody on the stage got one. You know?
So yeah, it's like, I got one. Nah.
Right.
So I'm really hoping invites start going out sooner now, or like the time between invites is like smaller. So a round went out now. What's the date today? 11th of February. I'm gonna mark that down, because I'm curious to see, like, when the next round's gonna go out. When was the next? When was the last round? Do you know? It was right before Christmas, I think, right?
Somewhere around there, yeah. But what I'm more interested to see is, like, who not only who got it, but, like, you know, what sort of like feedback we'll be getting, like, you know, because, like, you know, obviously, like, you know, we had, like, you know, Tails display what he did in the VeVeverse, but, like, you know, I want to see something from, like, you know, more of a regular user, like someone who's not a vault builder and, like, can do, like, ridiculously awesome stuff in the vaults, like, you know, Falcon or Tails and like, you know, all that sort of crew. Like, I want to see something like from the likes of like a Doublequill, for example, who, like, you know, has expressed, like, you know, that she might not be overly great, and they're like, this one might struggle to build a house or a basic structure or something like that. I want to see what the average user comes up with, because I know.
Right.
But in saying that as well, I also want to see what you come up with, Josh, as well, because I know that you're itching to get in there.
Dude, like, yeah, like, I want to build so badly, and I know the opportunity is massive as well. Like, when it comes to like virtual building, and Steve, forgive me if I butcher this last name, but Fredlender, I think you know who I'm talking about. Steve Fredlender, he's always in this space.
Oh yeah,
no?
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I know Steve.
Okay, yeah. I was on the phone with him for like an hour the other day, and we were just chatting back and forth about his space and, like, potential of, like, you know, what you can do inside. And I mean, he's like a top collector on the app, so he has like 3,000 plus Disney pieces alone or something like that.
Oh wow.
And he was talking about, like, building his whole world, and then you know, going to the relationships that he has in the business world and selling ad space to them. And we got into this whole conversation, and I'm like, you know, I don't mean this in like a condescending way or anything like that, but, like, the community has no idea what's about to unfold. with this VeVeverse. Like, even if it's not as good as some of the people think that it's going to be, what's going to happen is you're going to have like the gaming and the virtual building that propels things, but then you're also going to have the content stuff now. Because as soon as people get in there, they're going to start filming stuff, they're going to start posting stuff, and whether you know about the VeVeverse or not, that's going to gain attraction. So because of the IP and stuff involved, so like there's a lot of stuff about to happen, and on top of that, the Unreal Engine plugin that's going to get released as well, which they say is going to be like several months away or whatnot, but it'll probably get delayed. But I know what's his name is already inside the plugin to do the Metaverse Life to do the VeVe 500 Part 2. He's using that plugin, so it can't be that far away, right?
Well, no, maybe.
But Fro,
as I said, maybe Fro's got something to add to the conversation. Fro, how are you, mate?
I'm good, brother. How are you? I'm glad you're back to normal almost, right?
Yes. I'm probably a good like maybe 99% now. As for those of you who don't know, like basically the start of the year, I was like out sick for basically a good week because I couldn't speak because that's what happens when you have kids. They basically poison you and give you everything.
Yeah, good to hear your voice home, back to normal and back to holding spaces. Good times, brother. Yeah. And Josh, you got, dude, once you get in, man, I think you're gonna blaze this new trail for everybody. You're gonna set the new bar, man. I've seen Josh's work, and he's already ahead of the game. He's already kind of, he's fiddling with Cavernous and pretty much all his videos. I can't really confirm everything, but he's right there, man. So, and, Swampy, nice to hear your voice and speak to you in person, in spaces. So, yeah, man, thanks for having me up, Oz.
Yeah, mate, always a pleasure. And also for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, Fro was recently on a interview with NFT Pirates, and yeah, that was a really good conversation as well. And I highly encourage everyone to check it out.
Yeah, I actually have a question for him about that, and thank you for the kind words. I really got to set the bar now, don't I? But with regards to the interview, I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, but because we were talking about it earlier, the announcement with Epic Games and Disney, with you being in the beta, what's your thoughts with all of
that? Good question, Josh. Good question. I kind of I didn't jump the gun right away, so I literally just did some research on Epic Games and their Unreal Engine, and saw what Disney was trying to do. So, and I think like my overall standpoint from Disney, investing $1.5 billion into Epic Games is, just from a profit standpoint. Disney for last few months, year actually, their profits have been down. They're in the red. Toys aren't selling, collectibles aren't selling. A lot of the physicals aren't selling, comic books aren't selling. Few. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Oz.
I was going to say the movies are bombing. take the Marvels for example.
Yeah, and that too. So that kind of led me down this rabbit hole of like why, like what make sense to me? Why is Disney, now diving into the metaverse? And when they, back in 2012, when they purchased Lucasfilms had their own, gaming studio called LucasArts.
That's right.
So they, as soon as they took over in April, 5 months later, they disbanded that whole unit, laid off everybody. And, with Bob Iger coming on board, he did the exact same thing because Disney had their own Metaverse studio also, and he disbanded that. So I think he just kind of wasn't looking towards the future as far as he should have. And now that he's probably realizing, media is this huge thing. You got all these millennials, the Gen X, Gen Zs in there. They spend a lot of time and money, in media. So, and with him seeing that Fortnite has 350 million subscribers worldwide, not to include the 1.2 billion friend accounts, They just set a new record in November for 44 million people online, all that, for the whole month. So if you just kind of just take that, add in $10, $20 per skin of any Disney character, I mean, they're going to make a boatload of money. So that'll bring them clearly back into the, the black instead of being in the red. And these, every time they release these quarter earnings, and they just always get thrashed, and they're in the red. Investors don't want to hear that. They want to hear, what are you doing to get our money back?
Yeah, exactly.
Potentially make more money. Just earn new revenue. Like how, where? So I think Iger's kind of seen the writing on the wall, and that was this major plunge for him to get back into the metaverse. Everything's going. Facebook, Meta now, they got their own metaverse.
Yep.
So I mean, it's not of if, it's just when. So with him doing that, I think because VeVe's kind of part of Disney, Marvel, we've got all to gain from it. If they just drop any like VeVe exclusive digital skin, I mean that'll just open the floodgates, in my opinion. So yeah,
that's all. No, I'm glad I asked that question, because that's a perspective I haven't heard yet. It makes a lot of sense. So just to kind of confirm what you said, so you're kind of just looking at it from the perspective of like, this is just another kind of brand deal for Fortnite, just at a kind of larger magnitude.
Yeah, and from what all the reports that I've read and data that I've gathered, it's both partnerships are going to benefit, from this, a huge deal. 1.5 billion is nothing to gawk at, especially when, there's so much more potential for both parties to make a lot more money together. So, and I think with that metaverse that they're building, it's kind of separate from the VeVeverse. VeVeverse is geared towards more, I want to say, towards collectors. We have items in there. Collectibles.
Yeah, I saw a clip of the vision for this whole space is like shopping and movies and events and like the whole works. Right? So I guess it's kind of like that whole initial vision of the metaverse, but I guess Fortnite and Disney's version of that.
Yes.
But I agree, and that's why I asked the question, because you're in the beta, so I feel like you may have like a bit of saying earlier when you weren't in the space. Like if I'm Disney and I look at Epic Games and Cavernous, and I didn't know this, Notorious brought this up about how Cavernous is backed by Epic Games, but I'm choosing Epic Games 10 times out of 10 times, right? Just because of the resources and what they got built already, and like what you were talking about, the fan base and the 45 million and that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Cavernous and Unreal Engine, they've already got that drag and drop, so they've already got that bridge there. So it's it could be seamless for our VeVeverse and Disney's metaverse to just overlap. Like I can see that actually.
Yeah, and that's another good point too, because Notorious had posted a photo of a review from, I'm assuming it's an executive from Epic Games, but the guy talks about how Cavernous has like revolutionary software to pretty much build any application using Unreal Engine. So, and I agree. Like I think like right now, like they have a relationship with Disney. How close that relationship is, we don't really know. I mean, Marvel's like, I'd assume is probably a lot closer with the comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think this whole like, hey, there's a partner statue that must be VeVe is like kind of bogus.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's probably more likely than not that they don't have anything planned, because they're still focused on their individual space and kind of following through with what they already said they're trying to do, right? And then a door could potentially open down the line where, hey, we have this VeVeverse. Hey, you have a metaverse called whatever it's called. It's all backed by the same tech. Is there a way for us to now connect the door, right? I think that's way more likely than what's being speculated right now. I don't know if you have anything.
Yeah, well, I just want to quickly go to a post here that Notorious just put up saying, it basically says here that Bob Iger said in an interview announcing the purchase of 10% Epic Games that kids and adults are spending more time playing games and being online over watching TV. So this was a play into the gaming world. Great interview into Disney's dedication. So, and I completely agree with that. I mean, look, I don't know about you guys, but I find myself barely watching any TV anymore. I consume my content more through YouTube videos, X Spaces, and that sort of stuff. So that's just where the world is going. It's just going more and more digital. Everyone's spending more time like online playing games, watching like YouTube Spaces, that sort of stuff. So I think, yeah, I mean, I have to agree with that. I mean, it's good forward thinking on Disney's part. They're just trying to pivot and sort of like keep up with the curve, so to speak.
Well, you know what's interesting, and that's the like Fro's point about how it's a good look for investors. That's really interesting because, and maybe to add to your point, I'm a little younger than you are, so like when you talked about television, like that's not even a reality for me at all. Like I don't even have cable or anything. Like I only stream stuff, right? So like it's definitely going that way. But if you look at Disney as a company, not to try and get sensitive here, you can also look at a perspective where they're catering to a minority right now with all this trans stuff. So it's like they're kind of picking and choosing a little bit of like, okay, what do we want to focus on that's forward thinking, right? Versus all of this gaming stuff. And well, that's why I'm saying like Fro's point is interesting, is because it almost kind of feels like a last minute like attempt to save the business, because their stock has dropped 50%. So it's like them entering a gaming space, having a positive reputation or a positive announcement tied to a brand that has a positive reputation, right? With a younger demographic that doesn't understand the history behind Disney and what they're actually kind of doing sometimes, right? Yeah. It could really just be an attempt to kind of like up the stock price. And you know what's actually funny too is in that interview, Bob Iger's sitting there with the stock price right behind him that's just skyrocketing.
What was it now?
Yeah, it went from like $50 to like 109 or whatever.
All right. No, cool.
Yeah. Fro, I think you're spot on, dude. Yeah. I think a lot of people in the community have gotten ahead of themselves, and they're just doing the same thing that's happened a bunch of times over, and we're speculating on information that's not going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I can look back at it and be like, you know, everything here I said actually does happen, but I think VeVe's focused on VeVe, not Disney.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, Josh. I think you're right. It's you know, like you said, it's, you know, we all wish it would be what we want it to be, but you know, I'm looking at just pure numbers, pure data. Yeah. And it's telling me, you know, just, you know, Disney's following the demographic trends. Like that's what they're doing right now. And that they've lost a lot of money. So I think Bob Iger is just really trying to stop the bleeding at this point. And for luckily for us, it kind of lines up in what we would like to see in the future. And, you know, this whole metaverse, I mean, that kind of, I mean, it can save them. Like, it's just where everyone's going is like Notorious's post said, it's media, man. Media is where everything's headed. So,
yeah, definitely. So, what about you, Swampy? Did you have anything you want to add to that at all? Oh, he's still there. Maybe not.
Bro, have you gone into a space with Tails before in the VeVeverse?
I have.
Okay, here's the question for you. Who builds cooler stuff?
Oh,
that sounds like there might be fighting words, mate.
Are you talking between myself and Tails?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, hands down, Tails, man. That guy, he's all the Botaholics are on a different level. Like I just don't have the time recently to devote as into the VeVeverse as I should like. In real life events have just kind of turned that into shreds. So I was in there early this morning, just doing a few things, trying to play catch up in the Discord. Once you have access to the VeVeverse Discord. You're going to see some mind blowing photos, mind blowing videos, stuff that the NDA prevents you from speaking about, but it gives you a whole different perspective of where we're headed, and with VeVe, and it gives you a bigger glimpse behind the velvet curtain, so to speak. So you kind of see who the really, really good vault builders are, and who had granted access that really had no idea on how to move anything around. And those guys have come a long way. So it's one of those, I want to say that VeVeverse makes everything so much more easier, even for beginners who jumped in and had no clue what they're doing, and they're now hitting the ground running. They're building cities, they're building buildings, stadiums, like full-on sets of stuff you see in the movies. I mean, it is incredible in the VeVeverse. Like Swampy, once you get in there, I know you're gonna sit back, you're gonna let it, take a couple of minutes to take it all in. But yeah, it's so much that I'd love to speak about, but due to the NDA, we just can't
do it yet.
Yeah, we sit back, we listen, we read all the comments on Twitter, hear the spaces, and we just, it's I so much want to just tell everything, but I can't.
You just have to bite your lip and just go, "Oh, you guys have no idea what's coming."
Are you able to clarify a little bit in terms of like what you are allowed to speak about, just so people don't like nag you all the time?
Yeah, it's pretty much everything that you probably heard over and over between the Vaultaholics, all the interviews they've done. There's a few other guys that aren't part of the Vaultaholics that create amazing worlds, and they're non-vocal at all. Like, they don't talk about it. Like, you wouldn't know they were in the VeVeverse at all, but I see him in there and I'm just like, man, this guy's just been so hush about it. He's moving in silence. He's building in silence. He's creating in silence. And I see him and I'm like, mad respect for these guys. They're out there just doing what VeVe intended the beta testers to do. So yeah, you'll once you get in, you'll see who I'm speaking of, and they probably don't want me to speak about him now because they want to, just kind of just be in the shadows, working hard without being mentioned. But yeah, I mean, it's like, what would you like to know, Josh?
Everything.
That's what I was about to say. I was gonna say everything.
Yeah.
To be honest, all my questions are gonna pertain to stuff that you probably just can't talk about. I understand how probably difficult it is for you though to not be able to speak on any of this stuff, because if I was in your shoes, man, I would definitely be itching a lot more than I am right now to get in there and build. But I think everything that you're saying about the VeVeverse is positive stuff though. So and what I know about Cavernous and what I've covered so far, I think the possibilities are endless. I really do think this Unreal Engine stuff is going to take it to the next level. I'm saying that before it even gets released, like the actual VeVeverse, but I was saying it to Steve on that phone call. Like, anybody who has gaming experience, I think, can kind of grasp it a little bit easier and kind of see what's unfolding here. But I'm just looking forward to it, man. I just found out the beta invites went out, so I'm hoping that we start seeing some more rounds get tossed out sooner and sooner here. So, because here's the thing too, and here's a question I want to ask you. I know your answer is probably no, I can't talk about it, but is there anything that you can speak on about perhaps why more invites haven't gone out sooner? And the reason why I'm asking this is because obviously they dangled the carrot in front of us right before Christmas.
And there was nothing.
The last time Dan spoke about all this stuff, he said that there was only like 30 collectibles left in their entire ecosystem that they had to import like the textures stuff for. So he made it sound like they were right around the corner from just flipping the switch on. So I'm just really curious, like why it went from that to like where we're at now. And again, I understand if it's I can't say it, but
No. I can probably touch on it a little bit, but a lot of it has to deal with the back end. There were collectibles that were inserted too soon, I want to say, and were withdrawn to I guess get re-rendered before they get reinserted back into the VeVeverse. And not only that, but there was a few other issues where we'd find stuff and we'd report it, and the team would remove the collectible, fix what needs to be fixed, and then it gets reinserted back into the VeVeverse. But that was happening a lot more, because we have guys that in there that are just like, they're going at it, and they're just trying to find every little thing, trying to break the VeVeverse. So it took a little bit longer than expected, just because of how vast everything was. All the collectibles we have on the app, and they were removing functions, re-adding functions. Updates were coming out all the time, like, go update the VeVeverse. We just did this. We did this. So by the time the next wave comes in, it'll be a lot less for them to look for. And that's the experience we'd want. So the next beta testers come in, because we already know what to look for. Now they would find stuff that we probably overlooked. So when the majority of the VeVe community gets in, I'd say about hopefully like 90% of it has been all identified and corrected. So everyone else gets that first time impression of this is what we've been waiting for, versus getting in and why is this not working? Why is that not working? How come they didn't, test longer and give us the final product in a pretty red bowl? So, but yeah, it takes time. There's no rush in perfection, Josh.
No, that's it, isn't it? It's just all about time.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here's one more question. I know Alex said it's past the time, so I'll make it super fast. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool, mate. No, go for it.
David's talked about how they have several projects in the works. Some have been announced, some haven't. Some that he doesn't even have his eyes on. VeVeverse is obviously going to be one of the major projects that they're working on. When you guys are requesting changes and updates, how long do you find it takes for the team to actually implement those changes?
Good question. For a while there was taking quite a bit, only because I think they don't have the support staff that they'd like. But as they're hiring more personnel and addressing issues, it's been coming, where they're fixing it a lot sooner. We're getting updates a lot more quicker than we were before. So, and now I think we just had one about a week ago, and before that, maybe about a week before that. So I'd say almost weekly, or at some point before that was like bi-monthly, but it's coming along. And that was something I really didn't pay too much attention to. I just knew they were working on the back end, and I just want to beat the dead horse with when and fix this, fix that. I didn't want to be that guy, so I knew they're working on it. It's just while they're doing that, I was looking at other things. So
okay, cool. That answers my question. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, cool. Well, yeah, like I was saying before, like I was just going to come on the subject of time. So we are getting towards the end of the show, unfortunately, because I have actually gone about half an hour over normally what we normally go over, because it is coming up on 11 o'clock at night here in the UK. But there, this is like I said, I do want to cut the conversation short, because it's been a great conversation. This whole episode has been fantastic. We've had all sorts of great discussions about MCP Points, VeVeverse, say Disney, the partnership with Fortnite, say the collectibles, say all sorts of cool stuff. It's been a fantastic episode. and I'm glad to see everyone's still here with us. So I've sort of been seeing everybody in the crowd, so I'm glad everyone's enjoying the conversation and sticking with us. If you just pop it in, sorry, I've got to start wrapping up the space for you guys because I do have to get some degree of sleep because otherwise my kids start kicking around at night. I don't get any sleep, and that sucks. But I just want to just say a big thank you to everybody who's been sticking with us. So I see a lot of familiar faces and returning faces. I see Notorious is still with us. Thank you, Notorious, for posting all those comments in the comment description about what's been going on with Cavernous and Disney. Really, really appreciate it. I also see VeVe NFT Comics, Tony. What you're showing off with the Apple Vision Pro, mate, is really cool. And I actually got a giggle out of the what you posted when we did our last VeVe Live, and basically it was like us, like I was like watching you watching me through your eyes. It was like really trippy and weird. So a big thank you for that. We all got a massive giggle out of that. Also Angel Tails is back as well. Tails, thanks for sticking around. Chris Severs, always a pleasure to have you listening in the background, mate. So I think everyone's watching the Super Bowl at the moment. So I don't know who's winning, but hopefully whoever you're going for is winning. Chombo Fett, see you. So Deb, Nepture, VeVe fam still with us. CCVG, thanks for dropping in. Death Bunny, always a pleasure having you in the space, mate. Fried Labbits, say always great to see you, mate. You're always supporting the channel, so supporting the spaces, really appreciate it. And just everyone else who's taking the time out of your busy day to come and chill with us. And also a big thank you to everyone who's been speaking. Fro, Swampy, we also Keycollector 98, Wulu, and of course a big thank you to Josh from Collectors on Digital to help co-host this episode.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate this space as always. Thanks, Fro, for answering the question. I just wanted to take a second and say thank you to VeVe NFT Comics because he collaborated on the last episode just to provide some exclusive content for that video in terms of like the DJing and the showing the stacker content.
Really cool.
Yeah, and I was an idiot because when I went to edit that episode, I accidentally at the very last minute when I was making minor changes, I cut out the section where I said shout out to VeVe NFT Comics. So nobody knew who I was talking about. So that's why I put him in the title of the video.
I see.
I just wanted to say thank you for all the help with that. So but yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, was there anything anybody wanted to say before I start closing out? I'll take that as no. But that's cool. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll start closing out. But like I said, big thank you to all the listeners who've been sticking around with us. Big thank you to everybody who spoke in the spaces tonight, or this evening, this afternoon, wherever you might be in the world. Big thank you to Josh, Collectors Gone Digital, for helping co-host this episode. Big thank you to Fro, to Swampy number 5, Keycollector 98, Wulu. I'll even say a big thank you to that the troll, the potato we had a little while ago as well. That was a little entertaining little snippet of the episode as well. And I actually got to use my Photomatic 5000 for the first time, so that was a very satisfying little thing. But yeah, just before we go, I just want to say a big shout out to the VeVe Collective, which is what these spaces are brought to you by. And in case you're wondering what this word is, this mysterious collective you keep hearing about, the VeVe Collective is a collectors group, basically just a group of us who are big geeks, let's say. So we like our collectibles, we like digital collecting, physical collecting, and we just sort of came together and just wanted to sort of create a space where we could so basically just geek out and just talk fandom, comics, film, all that fun stuff. And we've got a group chat and a Discord as well. So if you're ever interested and want to know a bit more about what we do, or you're just looking for a place to sort of just come and chill with someone, you might not have that outlet out there in the real world. Send us a DM saying we'll happily get you involved with it. But just on that note as well, before I go, I just want to give some of our members their respected shout outs, because we've got we've got a lot of members now, and everyone's got their own respective projects, but together we make we're like the Avengers. We're strong individually, but when we come together, we can create unstoppable things. So I'll start with the Real Uncommon podcast, which is Hinano and D. We have My Collectibles, so K Collections, Evolved. We also have Josh from Collectors Gone Digital. Doublequill and Chris Severs with their blogs on Medium. Fantastic reads and very talented authors. We've got VeVe Arcade with his show he does every Sunday, and also does the Chill Pill, and also produces that amazing artwork from his NFT collection. We've got Doctor Strange with All Things Strange, where he does his Stack and Slack videos. The Three Biggest Bro with the Bare Minimum, which is his live stream he does from time to time, but he mainly does his co-hosting with Arcade on the Sunday show. We've got Shawnee Poo with Shawnee Poo Tube on YouTube. We have Informant as well, BE and Mo, where they do the regular drop videos for the VeVe drops. Of course, we've got Mr. Falcon as well, with very talented vault builder in the space. And he also does his Spotify show, Watching Films on the Toilet, which he does with his co-host Eamon, where he does film reviews, which is very, very entertaining and a lot of fun to listen to. And of course, last but not least, there's myself, Mr. Osmond Collect 63, where I do Relax and Read every Friday, where I basically do a live reading of the comic books that we have on VeVe. And in case you didn't miss it, the last Friday I did Werewolf by Night number 32, which is the first appearance of Moon Knight. And that was actually dedicated to VeVe Knight, who's currently undergoing cancer treatment. So I know he's a Moon Knight fan, and I thought it'd just be a nice thing to do for him, just to try and make his experiences a little bit more pleasurable at the moment, because he's going for a rough patch, but apparently he's doing well. And on that note, guys, that's going to have to do it for me. Again, another big thank you to everybody who's been listening. Big thank you to everybody who's been speaking in the space. You'll be able to catch the replay on the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel. So head over there, give it a like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to, or at the very least, just give us a like. And stay tuned. Next week we'll do our VeVe Wednesdays, and hopefully I'll catch you all there. But stay tuned in the spaces. Enjoy the Super Bowl, guys. If that's what you're watching, get them snacks in, get the barbecues going. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go get some degree of sleep. And so yeah, guys. On that note, have a good one. Take care, and we'll talk more soon.